Alright, everybody, I'm doing a live stream today. Kind of bored, testing out my equipment. I always like to practice setting up these live streams, but I never actually do one. I set up for my friend. I don't have an easy way to read the comments. That's the problem. So I'll see if I can do it on my phone. Oh yeah. I'll see if I can do it on my phone. I got 2 viewers. I don't expect a whole lot of viewers, so because it's like midnight in California. It's like 3 o'clock in New York. So if you guys are watching, and let me know if you hear me or have any questions. Otherwise, just kind of doing a little test here. Since it's really late at night, I'll just kind of talk about some things. Let's talk about like some other YouTubers, like Marshall Powell. He's like doing travel videos again, so check him out, Marshall Powell. My friend Philly Dom, he went to the Dominican Republic. I don't think he made any videos there yet though. Me, Sacramento, not doing much. Just had a surgery on my knee. I don't know if you probably can't see it, but I just had a surgery on my knee, so not doing too much there. My friend Mara, he's in Kenya, building his house, not doing much else. As far as that, not too much else going on. I bought a car a couple months ago, so I took a road trip. You guys might have seen that in some of my latest videos, but other than that, can't do much else. Had knee surgery. Gonna probably next month I'll go back to Sacramento. I mean, maybe in about 3 or 4 weeks I'll go to Los Angeles and San Diego, go to Las Vegas again for about a month, then I'll come back. And that's about it. Oh, FlexTube. What's up, FlexTube? Sorry it's really late. I don't really have any people ask me questions, so I don't have anything to talk about. So you have any questions, FlexTube? Feels weird doing these live streams. I don't have anybody watching, because. So I guess, I really won't talk too much about why I quit YouTube, because that's kind of a private matter, and I think I will make a YouTube video about why I quit, and then I'll just let only members watch that, because kind of what happened to me is kind of unfortunate, but I don't want the whole public to know exactly what happened to me. Let's see. Any questions? You guys hear me okay? See me okay? Seems like it's maybe a little bit dim. I'm not sure. But yeah, if you guys know Marshall Powell, he's live streaming again. Definitely check him out. Well, he's doing live streams and YouTube videos. Like I said, Marwa is building his house. He keeps saying he'll come back to the US, but I'm not sure when. Billy Dom, he's in the Dominican Republic. He'll also go to Haiti. Me, I will go to South California in about a month and go to Las Vegas. Thinking about moving to Las Vegas. I also like Phoenix, but if I had to choose, I would move to Las Vegas, not Phoenix. And that's about it. Not much else was going on. Hey, VG. What kind of camera am I filming with? I have a Sony a7 III. And the lens, it's a weird lens. It's an 85mm lens. So I'm about 6 foot away from my camera, which... so that's what I'm using. At the end of the video, I'll put it in the description. Well, I could type it on my phone, I guess. I feel a little weird typing on my phone. Oh, thanks, FlexTube. Let's see. I'm sure if I put more videos and keep it up, you will do good. You're great with content making. Oh, thanks. Yeah, I always considered I'm pretty good at making the video, but I realize, I know my problem is I don't put my face in the camera and talk in the camera. If you're watching my early videos, I never showed my face, and just because I'm just kind of a quiet, shy kind of guy. But I do like to I like to take videos, I like to edit videos. I'm not too much into adding music to videos, but I'll probably get into that. And maybe the last couple of videos you might notice I put my face in there a little bit more because I know I need to do that, because some people don't really care about the high quality. They want to know you as a person. So I've always been a kind of quiet, reserved person and not really sharing who I am with you guys. FlexTube says, where do you want to settle in the future? The States? Actually, I want to just continually travel for a while like my friends do, but I kind of want to tell you guys why I'm not traveling, but that'll be a future video. Yeah, I do want to talk about it, but at the same time, I better not. But I will make a video about that in the future, and members will be able to watch that. Kevin says hi. Hello, Kevin. Hey, where are you guys from? Like Suriname, he's probably from Suriname before. And we want to see girls. Yeah, I realize having girls in your videos helps. One problem I had is I did travel a lot and I had girls, but I didn't put them in the video. I should have. Ooh, you're from some Sudan. Wow. Never been there before. Been to most continents except for Africa. And some wise person told me I haven't been to the North Pole either. So Sudan, that'd be pretty cool. I really need to go to Africa. Ooh, VG, California, 559. I'm in Sacramento, so I'm not sure how far you are. I was in the Navy for 20 years, so I've been back to California about 5 years, 6 years, but in that 5 or 6 years, I was outside the U.S. most of the time. And, I was traveling so much that I didn't have a house. I didn't need a house. I was just traveling, so. And then when I stopped traveling, I just went to my parents' house. So I'm actually in my parents' house right now. And I'm thinking about moving to Las Vegas. Oh, India. Wow. I've been to India before. I've been to Goa, India. That was kind of weird because I know in India, you guys are pretty conservative, but they had in Goa, they had like a nude beach over there, which is kind of weird. FlexTube says, stay away from putting girls, bring stories that's what people love. Yeah, like, even though you guys don't see me on YouTube much, I coach people. You guys might not realize that, or sometimes you do. I coach other YouTubers because I kind of know what to do. I just don't do it. One thing is put myself in the video more often, which I'm kind of a shy person, and I don't do that. But yeah, like I told Marwa, he always put girls in his videos. I did too. And, it's better to not rely on that. You want to build a brand, and your brand isn't about you and chasing girls around the women, even though that gets the views. But eventually you want to become a big YouTuber, and you want sponsors. You want people to, give you free hotel stays, free flights and stuff. And if you're just putting a bunch of hookers in your videos, I mean, who really wants to be your sponsor? You might get the views, but you're not going to get the sponsors, India. So yeah, I've been to India. 3 hours from Sacramento. That's cool. Rule of advice: your relationships, says keep it private. We all have crazy stories. Yeah, we all have crazy stories. Like, I was one of the first people actually, if you look at like Medellin Parky Jerry's videos, I was actually like the first one to actually just sit there and show girls. And some people thought I was a creep, but I wanted to show people what I saw. So what I wanted to do on YouTube was show people what I saw. It wasn't exactly about what I am or who I am. It was about, hey, wow, I see this. I want you guys to see it too. And so you just look it up yourself. I'm really the first person in Parky Jerry's taking videos of what I saw there. And that was like 2015. And after that, a lot of people copied me. But honestly, I know the problem with my YouTube channel was I didn't talk much. I didn't show myself, kind of because I was a private guy. I still am kind of a private guy, but I need to break out of that and not be so private, I guess. And let's see what else. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing wrong with YouTube. Me and Mara, we were kind of even, and then I stopped doing YouTube about 3 years ago, and I was making up to $1,500 a month. I was averaging like $1,400-$1,500 a month, and then I just stopped, and I kept getting paid by YouTube really good for about 6 months. And then now I make like $300 a month on YouTube, even though I don't really do anything. I make $300-400. But you know, I know what I'm doing wrong. And after I stopped doing the YouTube videos for about 6 months, my channel just totally died. I didn't get any more subscribers, and there's a couple times where I tried to make some videos and nobody watched them. So it was like kind of discouraging. It was like watching my friend blow up and take off on YouTube, and then I'm making these YouTube videos and nobody watches it, and I get like I had a video I probably uploaded like a couple weeks ago. I got like 200 views or something. It's like, why even do that? You know? Okay. I will have a shorty, but you will never see. Well, that's a good idea, FlexTube. Anek, thanks. Thank you, Anek. I said earlier in my stream, I'm pretty good with making the video. But you know, people that do better in YouTube are actually not people with high quality. It's people that share their personal stories with you, and if they can add quality like I do and have a story, it's really good. But for me, I can have a high quality video. I don't really share my stories, and I'm not. It's kind of weird. If you get to know me, I'll talk to you. I'll be really open with you. Like, ask Philly Dom. I share my stories with him. I share my stories with Marwa, a couple other guys. But yeah, I'm not too big on bringing out all my personal stuff on the internet. But I do have interest in becoming a YouTuber again, and that's what I want to do. Yeah. And why you always, Suriname says, why am I afraid to show my face? Yeah, you're right. Why am I doing this live stream? It just, I've been thinking about doing this for a long time, and just all of a sudden I feel like doing it. I can't do it tomorrow because I got some things to do tomorrow. If you guys look in, like, there's a community tab on Facebook, and it says, I put a post on there asking you guys when you would like to do a live stream, and someone said Friday or Saturday. So that's what happened. I would have done live streams a long time ago, but me and Marwa kind of brainstormed the perfect time to do that, and we decided Sunday evening was the best time. And he just went with it and started live streaming every Sunday evening. I was like, damn. Me and him decided that was the perfect time, and he decided to do it, so I didn't do it. And was it fun in French Guiana? Yeah, it was very interesting. I would actually like to go back again. I really regret French Guiana. I only went to the capital. I went there at least twice, maybe 3 times. I think I went there twice, and I only went to the capital, which I think that sucks. I'm kind of dumb to not do that. There's a lot more to do there. Like they have the place where they launch rockets, and they have Devil's Island there and stuff like that. But yeah, I should have did more there. And another thing about French Guiana is they really do just speak French there. So I had a hard time with communicating. I was learning my Spanish, and they're speaking French over there. Go to countries where people don't, and hidden cities. Yeah, that's a good idea, FlexTube. That's kind of what I want to do. If I could travel right now, there's a place in Papua New Guinea called Bougainville that is supposed to be, maybe within the next year or so, it's going to be a new country, actually. So I want to go there. See, hola, Richard. Edward from Stockton, California, your neighbor. Oh, what's up, man? You know, I drive by Stockton all the time. I don't really know anything about Stockton. I drove by there so many times. I know there's some good MMA fighters there, like the Diaz brothers are over there. And Yeah, I'd actually like to learn more about Stockton. I never really hear much about it. I don't hear much about Stockton. What are your favorite things to do in Stockton? I'm not sure what's there to do there. You're only like an hour from me. Okay. One Suriname says, I don't understand you, Richard. You coach people. You know what can get your views. You have the ingredients. Why don't you cook a goddamn meal for you? Money and for us. Hey, you're right. Uh, something happened to me. Like I said, I don't want to share that with you guys, but something did. And as far as like just uh, being more straight with you guys, talking to you guys, yeah, I should do that. I know to do that, and that's why I'm doing this live stream right now. Just trying to get myself off the foot, off the ground, and start doing it. And I see some of my friends they stopped YouTube and they're starting again and they're doing well. So I want to do it. Like I said, I had surgery on my knee last week. I can actually walk around. Maybe next month, I'll make another road trip. How much you think is enough to make from YouTube so you can keep on the road for a month overseas? It really depends. My biggest cost when traveling was actually like the airfare. Like, some people just take buses and stuff. I would always take a plane. I traveled with a big suitcase, a big backpack, and a laptop bag. And some of my friends can just do it in a backpack. I really personally, I can't do that. I would travel. My longest I've traveled nonstop is like 11 months, and I couldn't imagine having just a backpack doing that. But what's really dumb is half the stuff I brought with me I wouldn't even use. So I feel kind of dumb about that. So now I'm getting a little better of what I will use, what I don't use, stuff like that. Okay. Oh, so to get your answer of how much, that depends where you're going, how you're traveling. If you're staying in hostels, I kind of wish I stayed in hostels more, but I always had so much stuff that I don't want people to steal. Like I don't want people to steal my laptop, my cameras, my stuff like that. And I hear a lot of stories of people getting their stuff stolen in hostels. So, but at the same time, hostels is a good way to meet people. So I should have done that. Night Rider says, I am the godfather of walking tour videos. Oh, thanks, Night Rider. I think I was one of the first few to do that in some places, but it's not really something some people want to watch. I kind of realized myself that videos that do better are videos where you talk more because, for example, if I decide I want to clean my room, I want to listen to some entrepreneurs talking or the news, but I don't want to keep my eyes glued to the screen because I have to clean my house, so it's nice to have a video or you're just talking and you can listen to it. So I'm doing a live stream right now. You guys don't have to look at my face. If you don't want to, you can just clean your house or do whatever you're doing, or be at work. So I kind of want to do some live streams with other YouTubers and just have like a talk show. If you guys think about that. FlexTube says, I am a likable person, no homo. Well, thanks, FlexTube. Yeah, I just my personality. I like to have very good close friends. I don't like to have a bunch of friends that don't mean anything to me. Okay. VG says, Cheap Charlie travels the world with just a backpack and a camera bag. Yeah, he was doing like what me and Marwa did. We took a lot of videos of girls, but he took it to the extreme where that's all his videos were. And what happened is his channel was I think very close to being closed down. So he had to kind of close that channel for a while until the strikes cleared up, so he wouldn't get his channel demonetized. So that's another reason why you really don't want your videos to be about just women and stuff like that, because It just doesn't have a big future. I see some YouTubers, maybe they only been YouTubing 6 months and they got 100,000 subscribers or more and lots millions of views, but really those videos aren't going to make a lot of money because they're not going to get ads on them. So you're getting all these subscribers, all these views, and no money because nobody puts an advertisement on a video full of hookers. So I mean, why do it? Okay. I prefer Airbnb studios or apartments and prefer going to Colombia. C says that. Yeah, you're right. That's what I did. I stayed at Airbnbs. My mistake as a YouTuber is I should have showed my Airbnbs. I should have gave you tours of Airbnbs. I've actually coached people on that. Like, you should do that because let's say I always make a review of Airbnb and then after a while someone say, hey, review my Airbnb and they'll give me a discount. I've actually had that happen once. Someone let me stay a night, one night for free, but I put their Airbnb on YouTube. That was in St. Vincent. Yeah. Unfortunately, St. Vincent has problems right now with the volcano, I think. Nick says, Richard, you're a humble guy. I wish you a lot of success. Thank you very much. Really appreciate that. That's why I kind of doing the live streams again. Right now is I want to see who's interested. Like I think I did a live stream in Las Vegas like a few months ago, and I had like 4 or 5 people watching. I thought that was a waste of my time. Not a waste of my time, but more of an insult. It's like, just imagine you make a YouTube video and you upload it and you get like 10 views and you're like, hey, why do this? But that's normal for a new YouTuber. If you're a new YouTuber, you should expect that you will be lucky if you get 100 views. But if I have over 30,000 subscribers and I put a video and it gets less than 100 views, it's like embarrassing to me. I mean, so I know I need to just keep up at it and hopefully something happens and I get more views and more subscribers. And I've already known it in my head for a long time that I need to sit in front of the camera and just talk to you guys. And it's kind of hard for me to do this, actually. I feel like I'm talking to myself almost. So just keep the comments coming. I won't feel like I'm talking to myself. Okay. And I really do like the travel questions because that's what I think I'm good at. I've been to 85 countries. Unfortunately, I went to over half of those countries before I was a YouTuber. So all I do is have pictures on Facebook. VG says true. Texan Mechanics says, if I had to choose visiting Panama or Costa Rica, I would choose Costa Rica. I think it depends what you want, but Panama, I've been there several times, but mostly only in the big city, and it's very interesting. I went to a different city once. People in Panama, I don't know. If you're in the city, it seems like the people really want your money. Like, it's a really business orientated city of making money, and everyone there is about making money, and they see you, they want your money. Or Costa Rica is people really just want to know you and talk to you and be friendly to you, even though they're both expensive, I think. But I would say the people are friendly. I don't want to insult anybody, but in my personal opinion, I think people in Costa Rica are more friendly and definitely the most talkative. Like, if you go to all these countries, people will talk a lot, like Colombia or Dominican Republic, but Costa Rica is like, they go a step further. They really want to know, hey, how's your mom? And you say she's okay. Then they'll make it further, like, what? How's your mom's health? And they'll be like, what's your mom do? What's your mom? They'll get really deep into a conversation where most people will just say, hey, how are you? And you say, I'm fine. But for them, they'll be like, they'll ask more questions, and you're like, wow, they really want to know how am I doing instead of just saying hello or something like that. So I would choose Costa Rica if I had to choose. Okay. 05s use a name. Let's see, guy, personality rather. Hey, you're right. So I'm trying to share my personality. I just normally don't talk a lot. Like if Philly Dom's probably sleeping right now, it's like almost 4 o'clock where he's at. But he would talk so much, talk, and no insult to him. I know he's gonna watch this, but he would talk, and then I don't talk. But sometimes I would talk, but I had to get used to him. Just talk. It's just kind of weird, but he talks a lot. I, I think I think that's better for YouTube. If you talk a lot, that's good for YouTube versus someone just walking down the street like I do and showing what I'm doing. 05 says just looking. Oh, thanks 05s. Have you been watching my videos for a while, 05s? I've never seen a comment from you before. Elaine says, I prefer seeing informative videos instead of hot chicks. I watch YouTube videos to help me plan where I'm going to stay and when I travel. I have an idea what the beach or streets really look like. Yeah, that's what I was trying to do. Like, and it's really easy to show you what I see. Then I kind of realized, I need to talk more, so I would start talking about the places I was. But sometimes I'm in a new place and I really have no idea anything about the place, so I would feel really stupid talking about something I don't know what I'm talking about, and that's why. He says Costa Rica is expensive. Yeah, it is expensive. Probably been there like 3 or 4 times. The last time I went there, I was in San Jose, the capital, and I went to one of the bars there, and the owner of the bar was American, and we were just talking about general stuff, and he said most of his friends left Costa Rica because it got too expensive, and all his friends moved to Colombia or Dominican Republic. So, yeah, it's unfortunately getting expensive there. One reason for that is they make it really easy for Americans to retire there, and so Americans bum rushed Costa Rica, and not just Americans, but everybody else too. You'll see a lot of YouTubers that are not from the United States; they're from somewhere else, and they drove the prices up. So Costa Rica is expensive. Do I have? Next says, do I have videos from Brazil? Yeah, I do. Probably like 2016, from 2016. Before the Americans, we had to apply for visas to go to Brazil, and maybe I was too lazy or something. I didn't want to apply for visa. I went to places I didn't need a visa. But during the Olympics, when they had the Olympics, they didn't require a visa. So what happened was I went to Brazil during the Olympics, and I stayed there like 5 weeks. In 5 weeks, I went to like 5 cities, and I kind of regret my travel regrets is hopping around too much. And, like I would go to country for like 5 days and leave just to say I've been there, and then like Bolivia, I've been there like 5 days, and I left instead of staying there. And the problem I had in Bolivia is I lost my memory card, so I only have one video from Bolivia instead of like 5 or 6. But yeah, I do have videos from Brazil. Probably like 2016 is when I have them. I really like Brazil. Hulk, you're a familiar name. I've known you for a while, huh? Hello, Richard. Do you remember your trip to St. Vincent? I don't think you found it interesting. Yeah, you're right. I was gonna make a walking around video of downtown in the capital of St. Vincent, but I started taking maybe I do still have one there, but I don't know. Some guy looked at me. He said, "Hey, stop that!" And he scared me. So I still think I have some videos walking around Capitol, but I'm not sure. But yeah, St. Vincent. When I talked to the people in St. Vincent, they said it was low season. So people would go to St. Vincent when it's cold in the U.S. and cold in Canada. So I went there. It's probably like summertime or something, and so they had very few tourists. When I walked along the beach and it was like empty. And if you guys maybe watch that video, I was walking around St. Vincent and there was like almost nobody there. I stayed at a hotel there and almost nobody there. And Yeah, what they said was I was in the wrong season. Some places might get tourists year round, but St. Vincent, they get the tourists when it's cold in the U.S. or cold in Canada. Okay. Tex Mechanic says you've been to Jaco Beach in Costa Rica. Yeah, I've been there. I have a video there. That's a kind of a crazy place for. I suggested Marwa go there, and he did go there. So some of my YouTube friends, if you see them go somewhere, it's because a lot of times it's because I suggested they go there. So some of you guys might not realize that. Yeah, I've been there. It's a very interesting place. If you're interested in women, which maybe you are, yeah, there's a bunch of clubs there with a bunch of working women. Most of them are like from Colombia. You'll see some Nicaraguans there, some Costa Ricans. Yeah, but that's not really what this channel is about. One Suriname says, I saw Marwa on one of your videos. He's grown, but now his views are getting down. There's some countries like Colombia that's excitement with girls. Yeah, you're right. Me and him, he stayed in my house many times, a couple times, but we've been together for months and months and months. And he would actually sleep on a couch here, right here. If you've seen Philly Dom, there's a couch right here. But I've set this up different for myself. Yeah, having girls in your videos gets a lot of views, but you really want, for a YouTube channel, your video should be about you, not, and maybe you with the girls, but not just about the girls. And so some mistakes I've had is, I've taken videos of girls, but it wasn't about me, or I was traveling with women and I didn't put them in my videos. You might see them in my videos, but I didn't really say, hey, have them talk to the camera. So I feel kind of dumb about that. One certain says, I know everybody want to see only girls, but do I think they're important for the views? You can see for yourself. Yeah, you're right. If I put on my thumbnail some hot girl with big boobs or something, yeah, I might get thousands of views instead of showing just my face. You guys want to see my face? Not really. But that's not what it's about. If you look on Instagram, what's on Instagram is women that look hot and sexy and show you their TNA. But yeah, I probably shouldn't talk about my friends, but one of my friends, he's got over 100,000 Instagram followers, and I won't mention the name. He started his Instagram by showing pictures of women, and then what happened was he got over 100,000 followers on Instagram. Then he deleted all the pictures of the women, and then he put pictures of himself, and so he has 100,000 followers on Instagram because he put hot, sexy pictures of women, and then he deleted them all, and he still got these 100,000 followers on Instagram, which is impressive. But the reason why he has over 100,000 followers on Instagram isn't because of him. It's because he put these hot pictures, which, like I said, I won't say who it is. You might be able to guess. How do I feel about St. Lucia? I would go back. I like it. It's a beautiful place, but I don't want to insult anybody, but I felt like it feels like they very cautious. They're like, if they don't know you, they act like the French. Like if they don't know you, they're very cautious and don't get to know you, and they're kind of standoffish. They don't get in close and personal and friendly with you really easy. But I like the place. Olga, hello, Olga. How are you? Sorry, I gotta read the comments on my phone because my laptop's down here. Which country in Latin America has hottest women according to traveling to so many countries? So a quick fact is I've been to every country in North America, Central America, South America. But in Venezuela, I was stuck in the airport for 5 hours. I didn't leave Venezuela out of the airport. So I've been to every other country, and the reason I did that is that was my goal. My goal was to go to every country in South America, Central America, and North America, and I did that. So if you have questions about that, probably the right person to ask. So who has the hottest women? There's 3 countries which I think a lot of my friends agree with: is Colombia, Venezuela, and Brazil. And if I had to pick one, I'd probably say Venezuela, but Colombia and Brazil is right up there. Hulk Hulk says, "You're scared for me when I was walking around Santiago, Dominican Republic with the tour guy." Yeah. I remember you. You've been following me for years, leaving comments for years. Yeah, that guy. I was minding my own business, taking a video in Dominican Republic in Santiago, and some guy came up to me. I think he heard me talking English in my video because I was talking, and then he came up to me speaking English, and yeah, I'm sorry, I won't read your comments for all. I'll tell that story. So I was Dominican Republic, and this guy followed me, and he said he'd show me around. Sure, I said sure. He started showing me around the city. He took me some dangerous areas, but for some reason I trusted the guy, and nothing bad happened to him. I bought him lunch. He took me to lunch in some place that was really scary. I was glad I was with him because it was where he took me was very dangerous. But I didn't video there. Then drove around, and he kept asking me if I want women, but I was like, not really. But he showed me some places with women. It was like the weirdest thing ever. In that city, you go to like a car wash. For some reason, you go to a car wash, and then in the car wash, for some reason, has lots of women, working women. The weirdest thing ever. Now, I didn't go with any women, but went to 2 different car washes and saw this. And I was like, okay, I want to go back, and they took me back, and then I knew it was time for me to give him something. So I was like, how about $20? But then he kept asking for 40. I was like, how about 30? And he said 40. So I know he's a dangerous guy, and he spent about 5 hours with me. So I gave him $40, but I was scared of the guy. So I gave him $40. But it's a very interesting story of Santiago. Suriname laughs. I'm not sure which one you're laughing about. Ben Hebrew says, I think travel should be a mix of grills, food, tour sites, etc. I totally agree with you. Like I should make videos of food. Like some YouTubers, they mostly do food, and man, they're so successful. And actually, I told you guys I kind of coach people. I suggest to them that they do food, but none of them really do food either. But that's a good idea. You're right, actually. Have I ever been to Nicaragua? Says Ogle. Yeah, I've been there just once. Yeah, like I said, I've been to every country in South America, Central America, North America. Nicaragua, I actually rented a car there. I've probably driven cars in like 30 countries, which I've probably driven cars in more countries than people been. I rented a car there for 6 days, drove around. It's probably the scariest place in the world I ever drove a car. Nicaragua, they do the weirdest things on the streets there when you're driving, even worse than some of these other places. But yeah, I've been to Nicaragua. I like it. I thought it was kind of weird because I was driving around and I seen a place where Hugo Chavez, Hugo Chavez was already dead, and they had the big monument for Hugo Chavez. And I was driving around, and I would see these big, the advertisements, and I would see posters of Hugo Chavez, and I was like, I'm in Nicaragua. Why does this country love Hugo Chavez so much? And then you kind of realize that Nicaragua is not communist, but they kind of favor the communists. They love the way of the Cuban leadership, and they love the Venezuela leadership. So yeah, I thought that was a little weird in Nicaragua, but yeah, it wasn't too bad. VG says smart move. What are my plans for the future? My near plans are, I did have a surgery on my knee. I could still walk. If you want to get technical, it's just in your knee, there's like a cushion in your knee and it's torn. I think it's torn on both sides, but they only did the surgery on my right. So, but I think I could probably walk normal, even maybe today. But maybe in 3 or 4 weeks, I got a bunch of appointments to go to. I will go back to South California and Nevada, maybe Arizona again, or I'm going to go to Portland and Washington. I got some family in Washington. I'll see them. I'm just not sure yet. And if I'm lucky, later this year I'll go to Mexico. If I'm lucky. Texas Mechanic says, how do you start the process to get a Cuban visa for visiting? Well, the way I did it, the easy way to do it is you leave from Mexico. That's what I did, and this is what some of my friends do. You go to Mexico, but even in Mexico, I was surprised that they made me fill out a form, and the form, even though I was in Mexico, going to Cuba and coming back to Mexico, the airline in Mexico made me fill out a form asking me why am I going there, and I think there was at the time is like 14 reasons, or maybe it's 15 right now, but I put my reason is journalism because my intention was to go there and make YouTube videos. So I consider myself a journalist. I mean, you could just lie about it or whatever your reason is, but I did go to Cuba. It's probably like 2015 or 16, something like that. Went to Cuba. But if you're coming from the U.S., I think it's really not that hard. They're going to ask you why you're going, and you have the 14 or 15 reasons for going there. You can just choose one. So it's not too difficult to actually go there. But with this COVID stuff going on, I have no idea what's going on right now. Suriname says Colombia. Yeah, a lot of YouTubers, they did well because of Colombia. Like my channel started growing because of Colombia. Marwa's channel started growing because of Colombia. Marshall Powell, he definitely took off because of Colombia. Got a YouTuber called Ace Live. He's took off because of Colombia. Colombia is a really good place to get started. I really suggest to my friends that I coach, I suggest they go like El Salvador for if you're a YouTuber. A lot of people are afraid of El Salvador, but it's not that bad. It's really great, friendly people, and your videos in El Salvador will do really good. Another one is Guyana in South America. My videos went pretty crazy in Guyana. I tried some vlogs. I'm not really good at vlogging, just showing my vlogs, but they got pretty good views. And my #1 video is actually in Guyana, have over 1 million views, which is, for a YouTuber, that's not really that much, 1 million views on one video, but my #1 video is in Guyana. So if you're a YouTuber trying to get started, yeah, go to like Colombia. Guatemala is pretty good. Go to El Salvador and go to Guyana, and your videos will blow up really fast. Probably Brazil would be good too. Okay, I met several Venezuelan women. They are so nice, respectful, and affectionate. You're right. Unfortunately, when I went to visit Venezuela, it was only the airport for 5 hours, but I've met a lot of Venezuelans. I met them and I got to know them as friends. I met them in Colombia. It might sound weird, but there's a lot in Suriname, Curacao. I met them in Ecuador. I didn't see them when I went to Chile, but I heard there's a lot in Chile. But yeah, you're right. The people from Venezuela are totally different than what their government is. Their government is not so great for Americans, but the people of Venezuela are actually really good people. Okay, it says, tell us about when you went to Venezuela. Okay, so when I went to Venezuela, it was on a layover, actually, because as an American trying to go to Venezuela is really, really hard. Now, I think it started about 2015 is when they required Americans to get visa, and I should have went before that. I had plans to go there before. I just didn't go. I was going to go to Margarita Island or however you say that, and I just didn't go. I went to other countries instead because my goal was to go to every country in South America, Central America, and I unfortunately didn't go to Venezuela quick enough because eventually, when Maduro became the leader, he required Americans to get a visa. Before that, it was just a visa on arrival or something like that, and I just got there too late. Now as an American trying to go to Venezuela, it's really hard. So that's so I've been to every country except Venezuela. I got stuck in the airport. Okay, food is a universal interest. Yeah, right, VG. Vin says, "Am I still going?" Yeah. So Vin asks, "Am I still going to every Hooters in the U.S. and country visit?" Yeah, I still do. Actually, you've probably been watching me for a while, huh? Or I do have like a rigid rule Facebook, but yeah, I would go to Hooters in every country. And the funny story about that is there was a Hooters in El Salvador, and I was going there and found out they closed the Hooters. And the reason they closed the Hooters is I was told because the gangs were trying to make Hooters pay uh, like the bribery or the the mafia, the cartels or whatever they call them in El Salvador. They demanded Hooters pay monthly, and Hooters just totally said no, they're not doing that. So Hooters had to close down. Sorry, I'm having a little drink here. Yeah, so that's a funny story about Hooters in El Salvador. I've been to Hooters in a lot of other countries. They're actually starting to close some in the U.S. Like in the U.S., they're closing them. Olga says, "Did I like the food?" So which country was that? Nicaragua. I don't remember much about the food in Nicaragua. I mean, I eat the food there, but I can't think of food that stuck out in Nicaragua. I just remember when I went to Nicaragua, I don't remember seeing anything that looked like super beautiful or magnificent, except for in Granada. I went to Granada and it was really nice. Went to Leon. Sorry, I'm saying it like the English way. Went to Leon. That was pretty cool, actually. And I went to a beach there. I wasn't too impressed with the beach. It was a bunch of rocks. Hulk says, "I've been following you a few years. And you're wondering when I went to Asia and Thailand, Philippines, and when you'll go to India to clear things up." Yeah, see, like, unfortunately, I've been to all those places before I was a YouTuber. I've been to Thailand like 12 times, been to Philippines about 4 or 5 times, been to India just once. Yeah, definitely want to go back to Thailand. Now, every time I went to Thailand, I was in the Navy, but sometimes I used my vacation. Like when you're in the military, you get 1 month of vacation every year. And instead of taking my vacation and going home to see my parents, I would use my 1 month to travel somewhere else, or I would travel back to places that I wanted to see again. So I've been to a lot of countries. Besides the Navy, I would take my vacations to another country, sometimes without permission, which luckily I never got in trouble. But yeah, I've been to those places. I like Philippines. I like Thailand. India, I've only been there once, but I would like to go back for sure. Cambodia, I'd like to go back to Cambodia. Cambodia, when I went, was like 2005, 2006, 7, 8, something like that. And it was still getting more tourists and more developed. And now it's probably like big buildings are everywhere. The first time I went to Thailand was probably like 2002. So I've been traveling for a long time. I just wasn't a YouTuber. I went to Thailand like 19 years ago. Last time I went to Thailand was like 2009, I think. Okay, I'll catch up on the comments here. Okay. I'm going to watch my neighbor country, Guyana, on your channel. Thanks for mentioning. Oh, are you in Suriname right now? That was Suriname's probably the most, yeah, I guess I have to say most unique country in South America. Because in Suriname, you got a lot of the well, they don't call themselves Indonesians. They really from, oh, I forgot. Maybe you can remind me what they call. They're not really. They're like from Indonesia, but the certain part of Indonesia. But you got a lot of Indonesians in Suriname. You got a lot of Chinese. You have people from Caribbean and people from Africa and India. There's so many different people in Suriname. It's really interesting. It seemed like at least half the people are Asian or something like that, which you wouldn't expect that. And they're in South America, and the official language is Dutch, but most people could speak English. And so, yeah, Suriname's really interesting, really friendly people. Some weird things about Suriname is people might, when I was there, people wouldn't give me attention because they probably thought I was from Suriname. But as soon as I talked to somebody, asked them a question, they turn their head at me and be like, "You from the United States?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And then they want to be my friend for some reason. They didn't want nothing. They didn't want my money, but they wanted to talk to me. Okay. Does the U.S. Yeah, so definitely visit Guyana, especially if you want to be a YouTuber. There's a guy. He's from Guyana. He lives in Guyana, and he was my subscriber, and he just copied what I did. He started making videos of Suriname, and I think he has like over 100,000 subscribers now. I think it's just because he lives in Guyana, making Guyana videos. Text Mechanic says, does the U.S. Custom let you into the country if you have COVID symptoms at the airport when you come back to the U.S.? Now, I have not traveled into the U.S. for a while, but my friend Philly Dom, check out his channel. Let me type it in here. You guys, Philly Dom. Check out his YouTube channel, Philly Dom. Now, he has been traveling in and out of the U.S. a lot in the last 4 or 5 months, and they really don't have a problem. Now he's thinking he's in Dominican Republic right now. He thinks Dominican Republic wants him to take a test before going back. So I'm not sure. You might want to check him out, or if you go on his Instagram, he'll actually reply to you if you write a message. But I don't think the U.S. itself is asking for that. Use the margaritas. Yep. I wanted to go there. The reason why I wanted to go there was I wanted to go to Venezuela, and I wanted to go somewhere not dangerous. So I decided on that island, but I just never went. And when I went to Honduras, I wanted a safe place to go to Honduras, so I went to Rotan, the island. And yeah, someday I will go to other places in Honduras and stuff like that. But some of those places I chose the safe places. What is my favorite Latin country? You know, I think a lot of my friends already know this, but if I had to get stuck for a year, I really hate staying in one place, but if I had to get stuck for a year, it'd probably be Colombia. Number 2 choice would be, I think I would probably do Brazil. Brazil would be number 2. If I had to stay somewhere for a year. I really don't want to stay anywhere for a year, but if I had to choose a place, it would be Colombia. Second would be Brazil. Third might be probably Guatemala or Mexico. If things go well for me later this year, I will drive around Mexico for like 6 months. Suriname, diverse country. Yeah, you're right. Suriname is really, really, really unique. People are really friendly there. And you live there. I don't know your own opinion, but people are really friendly in Suriname. Okay. Diverse. Suriname has it all within peace. You're right. Suriname is I didn't see any problems in Suriname. I never felt afraid in Suriname. When I went to Suriname, I never felt afraid. Actually, I rented a car in Suriname too. I drove around Suriname. I didn't feel afraid. I just had to get used to driving on the other side of the road. But I rented a car in Suriname and drove around my second time there. Like I said, you guys in Suriname, you guys drive on the other side of the street. So I had to get used to that. But I did that. Some question, curious, in Suriname, do you guys, in school, it's probably Dutch, but do you guys learn English too? Because it seemed like everybody in Suriname spoke English that I was aware of, and the Chinese would speak Chinese, English, Dutch, but everybody else seemed like they could speak English to me. I don't know, but I know the official language is Dutch. Okay, so someone's asking me a question about the Navy. Now, you guys might have noticed I changed my channel name. My channel actually started out as Richard's World, and then for some reason I changed it to Richard's World Traveler because I was traveling so much. And then I recently, in the last few days, changed it back to Richard's World because I'm not really traveling much. I want to make videos though, and yeah, I'm going to start telling Navy stories. But my Navy stories will be travel related Navy stories. So like the time the Navy ship pulled in Thailand, what did the Navy guys do in Pattaya, Thailand? I got stories. The Navy ship went into Puerto Rico. I got stories. Navy ship pulled into the Philippines. What did we do? What did the Navy guys do in the Philippines? I got all those stories and all. So that's why I changed my name to Richard's World, because I want to start doing stuff that's not exactly travel. So yeah, I'm going to start telling stories about what happened in the Navy. And you say, what was my rank? I was just a petty officer first class. When I was, it's a long story, but okay. So well, I was in the Navy about 12 years and met a Filipino girl and while I was living in Japan. I lived in Japan 5 years and met a Filipino girl, and maybe someday I'll elaborate on that. But married her. I knew her for a while. I married her, and really good-looking woman. And I have a mistake of choosing women that everybody wants, but they're not exactly good. So I married this really hot-looking Filipino girl when I lived in Japan, but she's like a poisonous woman that looks really good. But the problem is, I had a top secret job. I had the highest of clearances, and I was supposedly going to. I probably even shouldn't say that, but I was supposedly going to search for Bin Laden in using U.S. intelligence. But when you have a clearance like me, you're supposed to get permission to get married, and the problem with, you feel stupid. You want to marry someone, and then you go to the Navy and say, hey, could I please marry this person? Then you got to do all this paperwork, and then it takes like 6 months for them to say, okay, go ahead and get married. But the problem was, I lived in Japan, Okinawa, Japan, and in a few months I was moving to the mainland of Japan. So I was gonna move near Tokyo, and I didn't want to lose my girlfriend. So went and got married. Went to Philippines, got married, and when I showed up to my new job in the mainland of Japan, they were really pissed at me. I told them I was married, and yeah, it took like 6 months. They took my clearance, reduced me in rank. They were about to kick me out, and so sorry I'm not reading comments because I'm telling my story. So I married this Filipino girl. They took 6 months to take my clearance. They tried to make it really hard for me and my wife. They stopped. They wouldn't pay me for the rent or or overseas housing allowance or stuff like that. So I had to just barely scrape by with my wife. and I lost my rank, and they were gonna kick me out and stuff like that. So at the same time, I was just sometimes I was blaming my wife, and it's like, so I was about to get kicked out of the Navy. Kept blaming my wife, and she didn't put up with it very long. She wanted a divorce, and I was like, wow. I mean, it was like no warning. You would expect that, if you're married to someone, they would give you some warning, like, hey, stop talking about that. But she didn't give me any warning. She was just like, I want a divorce. And so shit, man, I was getting kicked out of the Navy, reduced in rank, and my wife wanted a divorce. And then I think I was only going to have a couple months left in the Navy, I think. And then, so I went to Thailand for like a month, and I almost, I got lucky and met a very rich girl in Thailand, but she liked me a lot. But I told her, hey, I'm sorry, I'm getting, I told her my problems. And so, so now I'm telling you guys my personal story there. But yeah, so I ended up almost getting kicked out and got reduced in rank. And my stepfather, he saved me. My stepfather was in the Air Force for like 22 years, and he wrote to the congressman, told him my story. I was getting kicked out of the Navy, and what happened was, instead of the Navy kicking me out, they were going to give me a job that didn't require clearance. And so my job had a top secret clearance. I was a cryptologist, collections. It's called a CTR. But my job, the jobs I did in the Navy was, there's no job description. It was like very random. Like you guys see in the movies all the time, NSA, National Security Agency. I worked there for 2 years, and that's not in a job description. When you work in the military, you don't think, hey, I'm going to work at NSA. I worked with CIA and the GCHQ. I worked with stuff like that. I can't really get into that, but so I lost my clearance, and they're supposed to offer me jobs with no clearances. So what happens is they send my name to these different the leaders of these different jobs, and then they say, hey, this guy wants to be a bosun or something like that. And they all said no. They all denied me. And so my stepfather, he wrote a letter to a congressman or something. They said, hey, this guy's been in the Navy like 12 years and he wants to stay in. So I had like 1 day left in the Navy. They sent me to Bremerton, Washington, and I had like 1 day left. And I didn't do all the paperwork I was supposed to do to finish processing. But the day before my last day, I got a call, said, hey, you want to be a bosun mate? And I said, yeah, sure. Okay, so I had 1 day left in the Navy, and then a master chief called me and said, hey, you want to be a bosun mate? I said, yes. I became the bosun mate, and unfortunately, I was already reduced in rank. I was like E5. And then they put me on an aircraft carrier for 2 years, which in Bremerton, Washington, which really sucked. And I've been in the Navy like 12 years. I was already demoralized. I was a first class petty officer. I was pretty close to making chief, because in that job I had, it's so easy to make chief. So I was probably 1 year away from making chief, and I got demoted from that to a E5, and it took 5 years. I couldn't take a promotion test for like 3 or 4 years, and it took like 5 years to get E6 back, and I'm stuck in this job that I don't care about. It's, in my opinion, not to put anybody down, but that's not the kind of job I wanted to do. Even though that's how I started the Navy, was in that job. I was a bosun mate when I started, but my love was being in the intelligence, and I worked at National Security Agency for 2 years, and they taught me how to do stuff that I still find useful that I can't talk about. But that's what I really loved. And so they give me this job, bosun mate, and the the Bozeman chiefs, they all knew I was pissed off that I was a Bozeman, and they're like, "Hey, we know you don't like doing this stuff," and so they would always give me a collateral duty. Like I got lucky when I was on deployment for. It was supposed to be like 6 months, but it turned out to 9 months. They put me into the. It was a temporary job of the, like working for the Navy College, the education department. So I got really lucky on that. But so I had like 8 years left, and I felt like I just want to retire. I didn't care about getting promoted, and probably the only times I really want to get promoted was when I got pissed off at my coworkers. I want to get promoted, so I got promoted to first class pay officer again, and then yeah, I pissed a lot of people off because I'm really good at taking tests, but not too good at doing the extras. Like to get promoted in the Navy, you should do what you need to do plus extras and be an excellent military person. But I was really good at taking tests. I can almost ace any test, and that's how I got promoted really good. And that would piss a lot of people off because some people would do the extra, like kiss ass or whatever they had to do to get promoted. But I would just take the test really, really good, and that helped me get promoted. But that pissed a lot of people off because some people were really gun-ho and they just couldn't take a test. And yeah, so that's my rank was E5 and E5. Then I made E6, got demoted E5. I had a chance to make chief, but I just didn't want to because I was at like year 19 and I didn't want to get promoted to chief and then get out. I didn't think that was fair. Plus, when you get promoted to chief, they make you do all this BS exercise and they treat you like crap for a while. It's kind of like going through boot camp again. So I didn't try to make chief. I just wanted to do my training years, get out, and that's what I did. I made 20 years. Okay, so that went on a big tangent. I hope you guys enjoy that. Okay. So we are the only country where mosques next to a church. Oh, you're right. From Suriname. I remember, I think I've been there. There was that really fancy mosque, and it's next to a church. I've been there. Philly Dom is a cool cat. Recommended also. Yeah, he's cool. He stayed at my house for like 2 or 3 weeks. Me and him were on the road for like 3 or 4 weeks. I wanted to help him out. I'm not sure why. But I wanted to help him out, and I did. Technical Mechanic says cool. And he's addicted to travel, just like you guys. Been to 5 countries looking for more. Yeah, you should, like I recommend to my friend Philly Dom, is to set a goal, like, because he's a YouTuber, to set a goal of like go to every country in South America. Like he's been to El Salvador a few times, been to Mexico many times, and Dominican Republic many times. That's good if that's what you want to do, but I told him, you should make a goal of going to every country in Central America, go to every country in South America. And I think as a traveling YouTuber, I think that's really good. You could be someone like I did for a while. You could be someone like Gabriel Traveler. He's all over the place. I admire those people more than someone that just goes one country and just sits there. Like I'm not going to mention names, but some people they're a YouTube traveler and they go to one country and they just stay there for a year or 2 years. Your YouTube channel will do well, but I think if you're a traveling YouTuber, you should travel. Like Marwa does. Marwa does that. Okay. Did I go to Argentina? Yes, I've been to Argentina. Once again, I regret I only went to Buenos Aires. I only went to the capital. I should have went to some of the other cities, but I didn't go. And yeah, I've been to Buenos Aires. It was really nice. It was really cool. I think because it's a big city, I felt like people in Buenos Aires kind of act like people in New York do. They're too busy. They walk really fast. Like I just kind of relax when I walk. People in Buenos Aires walking like really fast, like zip, 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 zip. and no one wants to say hi or hello to you. They just minding their own business, walking so fast because I don't blame them. It's a big city. So yeah, I've been to Buenos Aires and I thought it was really cool, really beautiful. People are pretty cool, but once again, I only went to the capital, so I should have went to some of the other cities. Have I been to Belize? Yeah, I've been to Belize. I think just once. Yeah, I've been to Belize once. I really like Belize, but not the capital. The only place I really liked in Belize was this island of Cape Hawker, I think. It's called Cape Hawker. It's really small. You can actually kind of walk the whole island if you want, which is what I did. And so, since I don't have a lot of questions, I'll tell stories about Cape Hawker. I went to Cape Hawker, and people are really cool, friendly there, especially the locals. But I was in a bar one time in Cape Hawker, and there's a Mexican guy. But he's from LA, and this guy, you could tell he's like a gangster. But he said he's from LA, and he's like asked me what I'm doing there. I said, hey, I'm just traveling. I'm a YouTuber. But I guess he probably drunk too much. He told me him and his friends are laying low from the cops or something. So these guys are Mexicans living in LA, and they're in Cape Hawker laying low because they're laying low from the American cops. But I believe them. I didn't have no reason to not believe them. But yeah, Belize is cool. People said it's really dangerous in the capital, but honestly, I walked around the capital like midnight, 2 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, I don't know. I obviously didn't go to the most dangerous parts, but I didn't have a problem. If you guys know Philly Dom, my friend, he had a relationship with a girl from Belize and got her pregnant, and she's really smart and figures out how to get him to send money. But if you have a baby with someone, you should send money. But she is taking him to the ringer. So that's my thoughts of Belize. But it's a really cool place. If you go to Belize, I would go with somebody if you could, not go by yourself. A cat to goat says, "What's up, Richard? Hey, what's up? Where are you guys from?" So I know where some of you guys already said that. One streamer says, "Why didn't you stay in Japan? I think it's the best country to live in. Peaceful, safe, clean. USA is hell compared to Japan." Yeah, you're right. I lived in Japan for 5 years, and the funny thing about Japan is, and me, is I would always, I've been like this my whole life. If I'm supposed to be somewhere, let's say 5 p.m., I would show up at like 4:59 p.m. or 4:58 p.m. So sometimes, in the military, I had to be somewhere at like, let's say 7 a.m. I would always like be running late for work, and sometimes I'd be running so late for work, I wouldn't lock my door on my house. But you know what? I didn't have a problem with that. I'd be like, man, I better get to work really, really soon. I would leave my house in Japan and not lock the door. I'd just close the door and run to my car and get in my car and go. And there's so many times in Japan where I didn't lock my house, and I didn't have a problem with that. And you could get totally drunk in Japan and sleep on the sidewalk. Nobody's going to mess with you. And like, when I lived in mainland Japan and by Tokyo, I had a house and had a big toolbox, and I had no good place to put this toolbox. I had a big Sears, I still have it, big Sears Craftsman toolbox with a bunch of tools in it. And I had no good place to put this toolbox, and I always liked working on cars. So I actually put it on my front porch, So I have this big Sears toolbox, and I put it on my front porch in Japan, and it was there, about a year and a half. And I did keep a key, and I kept it locked to a pool. But in the U.S., someone would have cut the chain and stole my whole toolbox. But no one took my toolbox in Japan. It was a very safe place. But you're saying why I didn't live there? It's very expensive. Japan's really, really, really expensive. I haven't been in Japan like 15 or 16 years, but it was so expensive back then. Like for the cheapest hotel you would get is $100 and it'd be like really, really, really small. Now it's probably like $150 or more now. By now, I'm sure. So Japan's really, really expensive. Like once again, since I don't have a lot of questions, I'll tell a story about Japan. I used to fix cars a lot. I'm really good at fixing things. I fix cars, computers, stuff like anything. I fix just about anything. But so my car, back then I had a Honda Prelude VTEC, and I wanted to change my spark plugs, and the spark plugs that are made in Japan, they cost like $10. But the same exact spark plug made in Japan, I would order it on the internet from the US for like $1.50. So I would live in Japan ordering Japanese spark plugs from the US for like $1.50. So it kind of doesn't make sense that it costs $9 or $10 in Japan to buy a spark plug, but the same exact spark plug costs like $1.50 in US. So Japan's really expensive. You guys, you take a taxi in Japan. It started the second you got in there was like $5, and then every kilometer would cost you maybe a buck, $1 or $2, and it didn't take long for a taxi in Japan get really, really expensive. So, but you go to Colombia, you can be in a taxi like for 30 minutes and cost like $2-3, and same in the Philippines. I remember I was in Philippines in a taxi for maybe 45 minutes or an hour, and I think it was like $3, $4. It's like ridiculous. So Japan is really expensive. Yeah. So that's why I didn't live in Japan. Took some mechanics to Arizona. I was just in Arizona. I was surprised. I was just in Arizona, and me and my friend went to Phoenix and Scottsdale. My video is actually doing really good. It's called Arizona Last Night, and the nightclubs in Scottsdale, Arizona, are just packed. Nobody's wearing masks. Even the employees aren't wearing masks, and I thought it was really, really weird. But then I went to Las Vegas, and people kind of have masks, kind of don't have masks. And where I'm here by Sacramento. I think I just got used to it. People wearing masks, but I did like Arizona. I really do like Arizona. And from what I learned it's also a seasonal place where maybe in the summer nobody really wants to go to Arizona. I guess you guys don't get a lot of tourists in Arizona during summer. And also it's touristy because of baseball and the college, I guess. So is what I heard. You can let me know on that. Have I been to Colombia? Any trips planned? Yeah, I've been to Colombia many times. I've been to Colombia like 10 times. You probably won't see a video from me in Colombia. The last one was probably like 2017. But I've been to Colombia. If you want to know my favorite city, it's Medellin. And I think Barranquilla is underrated. I liked Barranquilla. People just don't seem to go there for some reason. And Bogota is pretty cool. And literally it's kind of cold there. Cali was okay. And the spark plug, no, it was real. It's NGK spark plug. NGK spark plug is made in Japan, but in Japan the same spark plug is about $10. And if you buy a NGK spark plug in the US, it's about $1.50 or $2. Uber in Colombia is really cheap. Yeah, Uber in Colombia is cheap. Same with the taxi. But the funny thing about taxis in Colombia is it's different city by city. So in Medellin, I never got cheated by a taxi. But if you go somewhere like Cartagena, they might use a meter or they might not use a meter. And if they don't use a meter, they'll cheat you really easy, really quick. But if you go to Medellin, you don't even have to ask for the meter. They'll turn the meter on. I never got cheated in Medellin, but go to somewhere like Cartagena, yeah, they cheat you. I think I've been I use taxis in Cali. They use a different system there. They don't use they doesn't tell you how many pesos. It gives you a number, then you have to look at a chart. But I don't think I got cheated in Cali either, but I think for sure I got cheated at taxis in Cartagena. Okay, Arizona nightlife is great. Yeah, you're right. The nightlife in Arizona right now is crazy. Check out my video I probably uploaded a couple weeks ago called Arizona Night last night. It's probably my best video right now of late. Risky Tings asks my top 3 countries to live and why. You know, if you need a job and need to make money, the U.S. is a great place. But if you don't need that, I if I had to choose some countries right now, I'd choose probably Colombia, Thailand, and I'd be happy in Mexico too, for personally. Is it true Japanese women look for marriage as the men to women ratio? You know what's weird about Japan is, I don't like to bring up race, but I had in the Navy, in the military, you got a lot of different races. You got the whites, blacks, Asians, Latinos. I had a lot of black friends in the Navy, and they got girls so easy there, and I just couldn't understand it. I swear, every one of my black friends in the Navy that lived in Japan, they got girls so easy there. I think because they see them in the movies and music videos or whatever, or I'm not sure, but every one of my black Navy friends had so many girlfriends in Japan, and for me, I had a couple. I usually somehow hook up with a Filipino girl for some reason, but I had a couple of Japanese girlfriends. But is it true yeah, you can get Japanese girlfriends. I should be in Medellin first week of May. Augustin. Yeah, yeah. I wish we luck there. You know, they're having these crazy lockdowns right now in Medellin and Colombia in general. If you're thinking about going there, there's a Facebook group called. There's a couple of Medellin Facebook groups. You should join one, and you can ask them questions there. They always talk about it. That's how I stay up to date on a couple of countries. I stay up to date on Colombia and Dominican Republic. So on Facebook, I join these different groups, and I'm part of the Medellin groups and Dominican Republic groups. So I'm kind of up to date with those places. Right now, like the YouTuber Marshall Powell, he's back in Colombia making videos, so check him out. I'll put that on there. I think it's Marshall. Let me try to type it right. Powell. So he was one of the YouTubers that started out in Colombia. I think he started a little later than I did, but he was making vlogs versus me just making walking videos, and his channel blew up really fast. And then he quit YouTube, but he's in Colombia right now, and I think I think yesterday they had like a curfew of like 1 p.m. or something like that because they had all these protests going on. And I think today the curfew in Cali, Colombia is like 8 p.m. and even in I think Medellin's the same. So you might want to check up on that before you go. So Texas Mechanic says curfew is 8 p.m. to 5 a.m. So yeah, I'd rather be in Arizona with crazy nightlife instead of going somewhere where they has curfew. I mean, I love Colombia and I have a lot of friends there. I could find someone to keep me busy, but I'd hate to have. Colombia is not the same without nightlife. So, this is my opinion. When I think of Colombia, I think of awesome nightlife there. Zachary says my cinema is sharp. Oh, thanks. I've been practicing, so some people are like, why am I doing a live stream? I think I have it looking pretty good, and I want to see how it is. And I'm looking on my screen. It looks pretty good. So thank you on that. Have I ever been robbed, attacked, drugged on travels? Okay. Yeah, so Vin, you're obviously probably Vietnamese. My mom's Vietnamese. Yeah, so let me talk about that. I've never been directly robbed, like gun or knife or something like that. I've definitely had people, a lot of scams. People charge you double, triple. Maybe the price is $5, but they'll charge you $10. They'll charge you twice. You go somewhere, you buy 2 drinks, they charge you for 3. One time I got cheated in Dominican Republic. I rented a car there, and I had to fill up the gas before returning it to the airport. So went to the gas station. I said put in 500 pesos I said fill it up, but I gave them a 500 with a peso bill, and then they totally cheated me. They didn't put any gas in there, and uh, they did this scam really good. What they did was, so I pulled into the gas station in the Dominican Republic, and I said, hey, give me 5, fill up the gas tank, is what I said. And then 2 guys came up to the car and started talking to me. And these guys, they kind of scared me because, I'm sitting in my car and the guy's filling up the gas, and 2 big guys come out and just start talking to me. And it kind of startled me, but they were so friendly. So at the same time, I wasn't scared because they're so friendly. But so then they eventually stopped talking to me and leave. And then the gas attendant says, okay, I put in 500 pesos. And he says, hey, look, I put in the 500 pesos. But I'm looking at my gas tank, the gas meter, and they didn't put any gas in there. It pissed me off. And I had to rent a car full of gas. So I said, okay. Put 500 pesos in there. He said, okay. He said, look, watch me. So he actually asked me to get out of the car and watch him. So I watched him put in the gas, and yeah, it filled my gas tank up. But the guy cheated me out of the gas, 500 pesos. One time in Thailand, a guy got me to buy a leather wallet, and I don't want to say it was, I shouldn't. It's not cool to buy a leather wallet made from elephant, but it was, I think. And but I bought it, and so he didn't really cheat me, but he charged me so much. He dropped his price. He charged me so much, but I saw the same wallet in the department store for like half the price, and so I felt cheated. I was robbed once again somewhere. Traveling twice, I got one time in Tijuana, I put my ATM card in the machine, and I don't know how they did it. The ATM gave me back an ATM card from Navy Federal Credit Union, but it wasn't mine. I don't know how don't know how they did that. So this ATM, somehow, some guys were around me too. So somehow they gave me an ATM card back that was Navy Federal, but it wasn't my name. I didn't see it wasn't my name. I put it back, and I come back to the U.S. and I find out they took all the money out of my checking and savings. I think maybe just my checking, and then luckily Navy Federal gave my money back. But somehow they ripped me off in Tijuana. The same thing happened in Dominican Republic. I was in Sosua, Dominican Republic, and I don't even know how I lost my card. Somehow, I swear I don't know how I lost it. And the same day, these guys were making ATM withdrawals in like 3 different cities around Dominican Republic on the same day. And I think it went on for a couple of days, and then I told my bank, but I got my money back. But yeah, I got cheated like that. I never been like robbed. One Suriname says, we blacks have a big secret weapon. Yeah, I wonder what that is. Risky Tings 08 says, Japan has a big hip-hop culture too. Yeah, you're right. Like I said, all my black friends, they got girlfriends like crazy. In Medellin, come to Phoenix. Okay, so my Instagram. If you dig down into my Facebook page, you'll find my Instagram, but it's still Richard's World Traveler. I recently just changed my YouTube name to Richard's World, but Richard's, I think it's underscore, right? World. I guess I need to change my Instagram. Richard. I think that's my Instagram. Might have the hyphen. I'm not sure. I don't think that's allowed though, but I think that's my Instagram. Yeah, follow me there. I do post some unique things on there. Risky Ting says Dominican seems like it has too many scams. Yeah, there's a lot of scams there. You have to be careful there. Yeah, definitely the taxis will cheat you. Women will cheat you. People cheat you. A lot of scam. That's one of the places a lot of scams. Friendly people, but a lot of scams. And every time I try to have like a real girlfriend there, I come back to the U.S. It's like, hey, send me some money, and I never did. But it happens a lot there. Did I ever get my passport back? So you're one of those people that know about that. So some people ask me, yeah, I really don't want to talk about it. I will make a video why I stopped YouTubing, but I don't want the general public to know it. So if you guys, I need to set it up my YouTube where I have members, and if you're my member, or maybe I'll start a Patreon. I will let you guys know why I stopped. But do I have my passport back? No, I do not. So why am I not traveling? I do not have a passport. I still have a government passport, but it's expired. And I will make a video why I stopped making YouTube videos, but it's something I don't want everybody to know. I need to set up my YouTube so I can have members, and I will let members know why. Tech Mechanic says I got scammed with fake Cuban cigars in the DR. And I almost bought some, because when I travel, I have a lot of friends say, hey, buy me some Cuban cigars, and I almost bought some. Yeah, I think almost any time you go to these foreign countries, if you buy Cuban cigars, they're almost always fake. So if you want to buy Cuban cigars, you have to buy it from a reputable place, a place that has a reputation. The DR is good at scamming gringos. Yeah, they sure are. A lot of places like that. I mean, I'm trying to think of some places where they won't scam here, but I got scammed in Thailand. I didn't get scammed too much in Cambodia. People are really friendly in Cambodia. Vietnam, yeah, I got scammed in Vietnam. I was in Vietnam, and I took a motorbike to a nightclub, a famous nightclub called, I think, Apocalypse. And you guys might or might not know about it. It's a bar in Vietnam with lots of women and playing pool. I'm very, very good at playing pool. So I took this motorbike there, and the first day he was very honest with me and charged me a price. And then I think the next day I used him again. I was like, he's an honest guy. He tried to charge me double for some reason. I have no idea why. Why is this guy honest to me the first day, and the second day he wants to rip me off? And I don't know if it was coincidence, but as soon as he dropped me off and I argued with the guy, there was a policeman right there, and the policeman seemed to be fair, but I don't know what was going on there. But the policeman told me to pay him exactly in the middle. So I think he was supposed to charge me, let's say $3. I can't remember. But he charged me $6, and that's not a lot of money, but it pissed me off. And the cop told me to pay him about $4.50. So I got cheated in Vietnam too. You get cheated in a lot of places. Yeah, I got cheated in a lot of places. So maybe I'll remember some more stories of where I got cheated. Risky Ting says he wants to travel the U.S. Day, but I think it's underrated. I think if you're a foreigner traveling in the U.S., I think it would be pretty cool. I can't share your point of view though, but one thing I would say the U.S. is really good at is shopping. Let's say a laptop. If I could buy a laptop in the U.S. for $1,000, let's say, and the same laptop in Europe would probably cost $1,500. the same laptop in Brazil costs $1,600, or you can buy an iPhone in the U.S. say for $1,000, but in Brazil I was looking and phones are like at least 50% more. So a $1,000 iPhone in U.S. would cost about $1,500 in Brazil, which didn't make sense because they make less money, right? But if you're a foreigner coming to the U.S., shopping is probably one of the best things to do, especially for like technology stuff. Is Brazil better than Colombia for expats? Well, that's a tough question. You see, my Spanish is pretty poor, but so I wanted to get better at Spanish. So I started learning and studying Spanish. Well, not really studying, but learning Spanish. And then when I got to Brazil, it's not true. People say they understand Spanish. It's not true. Especially the numbers is totally different. You can't go to Brazil and say uno, dos, tres, cuatro. They have their, I forgot. No, I was pretty good at Portuguese for a while, but their numbers are totally different. Things are totally different there. You can't say, hey, I know Spanish and I'm going to Brazil and speak to these Brazilian people. It's just not true, in my opinion. But so when I got to Brazil, I couldn't speak very well. I used Google Translator. I really suggest using Google Translator and Google Maps. But I really liked Brazil. I really liked the people. A lot of fun there. If you like women, it's a good place for women. And Colombia. I would suggest, why not go to both? Definitely just do that. Go to both. Go to Brazil and go to Colombia. Do them both. As far as if you like those places, it's probably the best two places in South America if you're like a single guy. You could also try, if you want to go to Asia, go to Thailand, go to the Dominican Republic. Okay. So is Colombia or Brazil better for expats? Yeah, I would say try them both. Ulysses Traveler says, will I collaborate with I Am Marway? Yeah, I do want to, but I know, well, I won't say what we talked about yesterday, but we talked yesterday, but he's a really busy guy right now. He said he would come here next month, but he changed his mind, and then he said June, then he said September. He wants to finish building his house. So he made a house for his parents, and now he's making his own house. Now, I'm not trying to take credit for it, but it was my recommendation to him to build property because, like, for myself, I'm retired. I have income. I don't need any YouTube money. These other guys, like Marwa, he needs the YouTube money. So I told him, like, YouTube might not be there always. And if YouTube disappears, I'll be okay. But if YouTube disappears, Marwa, he's going to be broke. So I told him build properties, and that's what he's doing. He's spending a lot of money right now building a house in his village, and so if YouTube disappears, he's going to have a house. Now the only thing is his house is in a village, so it would be better if he built a house in like Nairobi or something. That way he could rent it out. So if you wanted to go to Kenya on vacation, you could rent some place on Airbnb in Nairobi. But if you're on vacation, would you go to vacation in a small village that he lives in? Probably not. But yeah, I want to collaborate with Marvel again. He should be here this year. I want to also collaborate with me and Philly Dom. We already talked. We're going to do some videos. Me and Marshall Powell have been emailing back and forth. Me and him might do a video together. How is Paraguay? Zachary Nelson. Your name sounds familiar. You've probably been following me for a while. Yeah, you remember the taxi. Yeah. Actually, that wasn't a taxi. That was a... So I went to Paraguay. Paraguay is very interesting. For some reason, they make Americans get a visa there. So I was in... like I said, I rented cars in a lot of countries. I rented a car in Brazil. I I forgot the name of the city I was in. It's a really weird Spanish name. I would have to look at Google Maps. But anyway, it's on the border of Paraguay and Brazil. I rented a car there. And I met some Paraguayan girls from Paraguay there. And they lived in the city in Paraguay on the other side of the border. So I had to get a visa to go there. I went to the little embassy there I was the only person there. It was really funny. So you go to embassy, you think the embassy is busy, but I was really the only person there. And so I got a visa. I had to pay $160 for the visa to Paraguay. And I crossed over into the city, Ciudad del Este, which is a very interesting city. And I told the girl, hey, I'm there. And then one day, she didn't even tell me anything. It was like 11 a.m. And she sent me a WhatsApp and she's like, hey, I'm outside. And I was like, what? I didn't take a shower. I didn't brush my teeth. I didn't do anything. I just woke up. I went downstairs to meet her and she showed me, I think her brother was there or something like that. And a friend, and she asked me to go in her car and go to her house. And I was totally unprepared. Like I said, I didn't take a shower. My hair was messed up. I didn't brush my teeth. She took me to her house and she wanted to have a barbecue. She paid for everything. She bought some meat. She bought some vegetables and went to her house and had a barbecue. It was really cool. I did some other things there with her and her friend, but that would be R-rated. I won't talk about that. But yeah, she wasn't a taxi. She actually had her own car, which is kind of interesting. And her friend has her own car. So it's kind of interesting. Met a lot of women in Paraguay that have their own cars. And yeah, Paraguay is very interesting. I really suggest going there too. Very interesting there. Also, well, since you asked about Paraguay, I went to the capital of Paraguay, and I thought it was kind of boring. I don't know. It's just kind of not much to do there. And the thing about Paraguay is it's landlocked. They don't have any ocean, but they have a river there that has a beach on it for some reason. I think maybe it's artificial, but they made a nice beach on this river there, and a lot of people go on the beach, and it's very interesting. But yeah, I don't know. I would say check Paraguay out. People are really friendly, and if you're a single guy, you'll meet just women easy. I don't know. It's very easy. Yeah. So, next says, if you know very good Spanish, within 3 months you would be conversational in Portuguese if you're living in Brazil. Well, I think as far as Portuguese and Spanish, I think I did learn. I forgot already, but I learned to communicate very quick. But things like the numbers and stuff, it was totally different. Like I was in a taxi in Brazil once, and I had my GoPro sticking out of the window, and the guy told me, taxi said, hey, be careful. And I understood what he said because it's similar to Spanish, like cuidado or something. So when people would talk to me, yeah, I kind of understood what they're generally talking about. But as far as me talking to them, I think I was pretty bad. But yeah, you're kind of right. But I wouldn't say just because you speak Spanish, you're going to communicate with someone really good. I did understand a lot, but like you have to agree, the numbers are totally different. You can't say uno, dos, tres, cuatro. It's totally different. I used to be able to count in Portuguese. I can't do it anymore unless I think about it. Marwa is a millionaire. He's a millionaire in shillings, Kenyan shillings. So I don't want to put anybody down. He's my friend, but they'll say millionaire, but it's not millionaire US dollars. It's millionaire shillings, or someone could say they're a Colombian millionaire with 1 million pesos. So it's a million shillings isn't 1 million US dollars. So yeah, he probably is a millionaire in shillings. Going to Jamaica for my birthday. Haven't you been there? If so, how is it? Yeah, I've been to Jamaica. Once again, that's another country I rented a car. Drove cross country in Jamaica. Uh, it feels weird. That wasn't the first country where, I'm not trying to be racist, but trying to say, when you're the only person that's not black, it feels really weird. Um, yeah, I'm not sure how to explain that. I mean, just imagine if you're like I was traveling with a Canadian friend, and he was like 6'5" white guy, and we travel around Cambodia, and people like looking at my friend like, "Hey, where the hell did you come from?" And me, I could just maybe blend in a little bit, but my friend would stick out. But so I want to go to Jamaica, and I'm really one of the few people that's not black, and I feel like everybody's looking at me. I don't know, but as far as like it, yeah, I thought it was really cool. People were friendly, helpful. It's quite a few times I was driving around, I was lost. Even though I had Google Maps, I was lost. It took me out to the middle of nowhere for some reason. But uh, yeah, I felt people in Jamaica are actually really helpful and friendly, cool. They definitely like their weed there, and yeah, I thought Jamaica was really cool. What's the average revenue does a channel with 1 million subscribers generates? Okay, so as far as YouTube goes, a lot of people, I mean, not everybody knows, but a lot of people know that it's not how many subscribers you have, it's how many views. It's so like I only had like when I was making $1,500 a month, I only had like 10,000 subscribers, and right now I have what about 35, almost 35,000 subscribers, and I think I'm making like $300 a month. Like even I'm still making money from my old videos. Like my #1 video is still like from Guyana. So that video probably made me almost $4,000. But it's not how many subscribers you have; it's how many views. So if you want to kind of estimate how much someone makes, is on the YouTube the profile, you can go on there and see how many. Click on the about, and it'll tell you how many views they have, and then you can kind of estimate that. Or you can go to another website called Social Blade. You go to socialblade.com, type in their YouTube name, and it'll estimate how much they make, and it'll tell you how many views. Uh, that's a good way to estimate how much someone makes. Is not how many subscribers, but how many views they have. Hulk says, I had a chuckle. You used to have a different name, didn't you? I remember you used to have a different YouTube name. Am I right? Am I right? I had to chuckle. I remember the time you're walking through El Conde in Santo Domingo, and yeah, I was pushed into the nail place and almost got a facial. You seem easy to persuade. More caution, buddy. Yeah, what he's talking about, I was in the Dominican Republic in El Conde. I was making my regular YouTube video, walking down the street, and some guy, he gets me into going to this nail salon. But what's really funny is I have my camera like this, so it's very obvious. And then I go into the nail salon, and I just wanted to talk to him with my camera. And then a girl grabs me, a nice looking girl. She grabs me. She takes me into the back room with a massage table. And, I got my camera like this, and I got a camera like this, going like this. And she's talking about massage, with a massage. And it looked like, there's more than a massage available there. But the funny thing is I got my camera like this. I'm making my YouTube video. And she's pretty much getting me to do these adult things, and I got my camera like this, and it's just the funniest thing. So Hulk, he knows what I'm talking about. I can't remember the name of the video, but I was in the Dominican Republic making a YouTube video. Okay. William D says, I'm from the UK. What did you think of Europe compared to the States? Europe. As far as the UK, I've only been through the airport. I've been to a lot of European countries, but not the UK. it's different in Europe. I don't know. It's like in the U.S. I feel like in most places you can just start a conversation with a stranger, but in Europe it seems like you don't really go to a stranger and start a conversation with a stranger. It just doesn't seem that way to me. Uh, like in France, if you don't speak French and they don't speak English, and they'll say a few words to you, then after that they like stop talking to you. Like uh, I don't know. In Europe, I feel that way. It's like mm, it's harder to start a conversation with someone from Europe. If I don't know, maybe that's just kind of your culture, and I think that is the culture overall. Is you just don't really sit there and talk to strangers. You don't have small talk. Like like in the U.S., you could be in a store and just say, "Hey, how you doing?" or "Hey, that's a nice whatever, nice shirt." Something. But in Europe, you don't really. They don't really kind of do that. They don't have the small talk. They have serious talk. They don't have small talk. And you're from UK. I've known a lot of guys from the UK, and you guys seem to like to crack jokes about each other. Maybe you guys like make fun of someone, and like I forgot how you say that, but you guys kind of talk sarcastic a lot. I think. Am I right or am I wrong? I think you guys do that. True. We have too many languages for one. I'm not sure if you're talking about Europe, but yeah. I don't know. I liked Europe. It's very just as modern, and then you have some of the really old stuff, cool stuff to see. Prices seem to be higher there, I think, in my opinion. Uh, been to Amsterdam. I have videos there too of Amsterdam, and it was really cool, but I thought it was kind of expensive there. I've been to Switzerland, and it was really, really, really expensive in Switzerland. Like I went to Switzerland and was trying to buy like just a hamburger and French fries, and it was like almost in euros. It was like 22 euros, 23 euros for French fries and a hamburger. It was like ridiculous. And if you watch those videos, I was actually with a Colombian girl. Probably should have put it in my videos more, but so I had to buy myself dinner and by herself, and maybe I complained and nagged to her too much how much something costs. So we were in Switzerland just going to McDonald's a lot because everything was so expensive. But yeah, Europe's cool. And Risky Ting says we are very sarcastic. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, uh, you guys you guys from the UK are very proper and try to be, proper. But you guys are very sarcastic for some reason. I remember I was in Mexico once taking a tour, and I think I just retired from the Navy, and we took a tour on ATVs, but we're out in the middle driving through the deserts, and I think we went on the beach a little bit. And the British guy, he was with the like Australian girlfriend or something like that. And the British guy says, "Hey, where do we go pee?" And then the Mexican guy says, "Oh, you just go pee in the bushes somewhere, behind a cactus or something." And then the British guy couldn't believe it. He's like, "I can't believe he just said go pee over there in the bushes." He couldn't believe it. I was just like, "Well, okay." The British guy was he wasn't very willing and accepting of, "Hey, I'm going to go pee in the bushes." He needed him a really good restroom, I guess. Okay, Chris Worldwide Adventures. Do you think that dude Miko changed the YouTube game in the DR? I see a lot of Dominicans spinning off its success. See lots of dramas too. Ooh, Miko. Is that his YouTube channel? I probably watched some of his videos. But there's so many YouTubers in Dominican Republic right now. Like, I think I know who you're talking about. There's like I haven't been to Dominican Republic probably like three and a half years, but yeah, a lot of YouTubers popped up there. A lot of YouTubers popped up in Colombia. Mexico is really hard to get started there, but some people did well in Mexico, but I'm not quite sure who you're talking about. But there's some people, they'll take your ideas on YouTube and then they will copy you and they will do it better than you, and they will get more views than you, and they'll get more subscribers than you. And maybe it was your idea, is what I'll say. My first videos in Colombia were like 2015. So some of these other guys, maybe their first video in Colombia was 2019. But they did it better than me. They did it. They got more views. They got more subscribers. But, you know, I'm just saying. But if you watched earlier in this video, I was talking about YouTube, and to be successful on YouTube was letting people know you, and that's my problem with YouTube is I don't really let people know who I am. I'm more secretive and quiet. But I'm doing this live stream right now, which someone said they were confused. Okay. So I'm not quite sure who exactly you're talking about in the DR, but yeah, some people, they can make the same exact video as you, but their videos will do better than you, or sometimes you do better than them. Okay, his live videos were crazy though. Okay, risky things. Yeah, I'm not quite sure. I'm not really set up to play with my laptop right now. My laptop's over here, my camera's over here, I got a light over here, but so I have to use my phone to talk to you guys. So any more questions about travel? The reason why I changed my YouTube channel name was, like I said earlier in the videos, I'm probably gonna make some other videos that more about myself instead of, hey, Medellin nightlife or Bogota nightlife. It's gonna be kind of more about me, maybe. But I will start with like Navy stories, like you know, I was in the Navy and we went to Pattaya, Thailand, and you can guess what the Navy guys did there, you know. But I will go ahead to make stories like that. It's going to be some interesting stories about what Navy guys do and what happens on a Navy ship that are kind of crazy. And you know, one time I made a YouTube video when I was in Navy, and I got in trouble. They told me to take it down. And what happened was, my job in the Navy at the end of the career wasn't security, but sometimes the security on the base, they need extras. So I was going to be extra. I was extra for security. So what they do is they train you how to arrest people, how to do the hand-to-hand combat, how to use guns, how to be security. They spray you in the face with pepper. I think, yeah, they pepper sprayed me in the face. So what happened was, my normal job in the Navy wasn't security, but you know, we had to be the extras. So my friends, we were all extras, and we video each other doing this training. And so the end of the training was they spray you in the face with pepper spray, and you really can't see shit. I mean, it hurts. If you get sprayed in the face with pepper, it's rough. So I got sprayed in the face with pepper spray. And then we had to do all these combat scenarios with the baton. And we go through like this kind of a course, fighting everybody, how to fight, how to punch people, how to kick, how to give knees. And the very last guy is, in real life, he's a real badass, but he's in real life, but he's wearing this padded suit, and you're supposed to arrest the guy, right? But remember, you're pepper sprayed. You have a fake baton that doesn't hurt anybody, and he's wearing this padded suit. And in real life, he's a badass. So I'm supposed to try to arrest him, and it didn't go very well. He ended up punching me in the face, and the guy punched me in the face and knocked me down. He didn't knock me out, but he knocked me down. And got this big black eye. And I put this on YouTube, and then about 3 days later, I got called in to go to a Master Chief's office and in security, and he told me about my video, and he told me to delete the video, and they call it a page 13 in the Navy. They put a page 13 in your service record, and page 13 is like a little it's kind of like a warning letter. It's like saying it's kind of like a bad letter, but at the same time it doesn't go anywhere except for your service record. But basically it was like the Navy said I gave out training secrets. I made public training Navy secrets. But what they really didn't want to do was show people me getting punched in the face in a black eye. So I had to delete that video. I wish I still had it, because I'd put it back up because I'm retired. But so yep, I'm not sure how that went there. But I think what I was talking about is I want to talk about Navy stories. Okay, that's why I changed my YouTube channel name. What smartphone am I using? I'm using a... Ooh, that reminds me, my phone has 32%. I'm using a Samsung Galaxy S20 Plus. I usually buy the newest phone, but lately I skip a generation. Instead of... so I have the S20. I'll skip the S21. I'll buy the next one. I used to use iPhones, but iPhones are really hard to take the video off. Like Samsung, I plug it into my computer. I can take the video off like a hard drive, like a thumb drive. But iPhones, it's just a pain in the ass. I think it's a pain in the ass. Okay. What is the best camera to do travel videos with these days? I don't have it with me. I would say it's the DJI Pocket 2. Like my friends, like Mara, he has the original, the DJI Osmo Pocket. Philly Dom has the same camera. And there's a new one though, it's the DJI Pocket 2. Buy that one. That one's really good. And if you're like some people, I have it too, but I don't use it. It's the Sony FDR X3000. That's a really good one. YouTubers like Mara use it. Like I was coaching him. We got that idea from I think Harold Balder. You know, there's a guy on YouTube called Harold. I forgot. And there's Bald and Bankrupt. They use the little Sony FDR X3000. So I would say DJI Pocket 2, and that's a new camera. It's very new. And if a GoPro 8 would do good. GoPro 8, GoPro 9, even a 7, DJI Pocket 2, or the Sony FDR. As far as this camera I got, it's pretty big, pretty expensive. But the Sony, I'm using a Sony A7 III. So that's the best cameras. Chris asks, how did I meet Mara? Now that's a funny story. Now, if you look at my channel, I got like 34,000 subscribers. He's got 260,000. But believe it or not, he subscribed to me first. And I was traveling. I think I was actually on break. I was traveling through like Colombia and stuff, and I was going through like Panama, and I came back to the US. And this guy, I Am Marwa, he kept leaving comments on my posts like, hey buddy, me and you are gonna travel the world together someday. And I didn't know him. I didn't have any idea who he was. But every video he left comments on me, on my channel. I was like, who is this guy? Is this a scammer or something? He's saying me and him are gonna travel the world together. And I had no idea who he is. And after he left so many comments on my videos, I finally subscribed to him. And then I finally went back to Colombia again, and I found out he works in Bogota as a English teacher. He was an English teacher in Bogota. He came from Kenya, got a job in Bogota as an English teacher, and I think he was also an English teacher in Medellin, I guess. But so I came to Bogota. I think I don't know. I think when he started following me, I had like 600 subscribers. But me and him finally met. I think I had almost 1,000 subscribers, and he probably had a little less, but he's still doing okay. So we decided to meet in Bogota. I wasn't sure how it was going to turn out. We met in Bogota and we made our first video together. That's on my channel and his channel. So on his channel, he has me and him talking together in Bogota, and then it's on my channel too. We said we met together. We both made a YouTube video of each other on our channel. So that's how we met. And then, I think, I can't remember how much longer, maybe 6 months longer or a year later, I was in Medellin and I had an apartment, and I let him sleep on the couch. I said, hey, come to Medellin, sleep on my couch. And so he came to Medellin. I can't remember how long, maybe stayed like 3 weeks or a month, slept on my couch, and we made some videos together in Medellin. And then we met again. I think we met in Colombia like one more time or something like that. And then he actually, some of the places he went, he was actually, believe it or not, he was copying me. He went to Panama. He went to places where he could get a visa because his passport is from Kenya, and he has problems going to some places. So he went to Panama and Mexico, and he eventually got a visa to come to the U.S. And that's his own story. I know the story behind that, but I won't share that story. So he got a visa to come to the U.S. and yeah, he stayed at my house. This you guys can't see it, but there's a couch right there. So he stayed on my couch for a while. I took him to Las Vegas. He really likes Las Vegas. We went there. I was only planning on staying there maybe 5 days, but he wanted to stay more and more and more and more and more and more. But it was getting expensive for me. And we eventually, there's one of his subscribers, the name is Tim. I think his channel name is Tim Likes to Travel, or Tim Travels. But he's a cool guy. He lives in Las Vegas. We stayed at his house one time. Next time we stayed at his girlfriend's house. And then I didn't know it. I never got his phone number. And then Philly Dom, the YouTuber Philly Dom, was talking to this guy. And he said, Philly Dom says, hey, I know a guy in Las Vegas. He said we could stay at his place. And then I said, hey, what's his name? And he said, Tim. I was like, oh, I know that guy. So yeah, Tim's my friend. I have his number now. He lives in Las Vegas. So that's how I know Marwa. And then Marwa came back and forth. I took him to Portland. I took him to Reno. I took him to quite a few places. Took him to San Francisco. And his plan was to travel through Asia, but he went to Hong Kong, and I think they were being racist. Not racist of the skin color, but racist of the passport. So they showed him his passport, which was from Kenya, and according to their laws, he doesn't need a visa. He just goes there and gets a visa on arrival. But he goes there and they ask him what he's doing there, blah 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 blah, and pretty much the immigration there kept him locked up in a room for a while and sent him back to the U.S. And I was thinking, hey, I'm not going to see him tomorrow for a while. I'm not going to see him for another year. And he's already there. Hey, bro, can you come get me? I'm in San Francisco and blah, blah, blah. So, like, okay. Going to San Francisco is like 2 hours. Plus, you got to pay tolls and stuff like that. So I was like, okay, I'll pick you up. Picked him up, and he stayed at my house for another, 6 weeks. So that's how I know Maro. Me and Maro know each other better than some of you guys think. Yeah, so, and then in Nexus, thanks. I don't know how long I've been doing this for quite a while. Huh? Let's see. Ooh, 2 hours. Okay, it's 2:26. I'll stay on here like 5 minutes. So if you guys have any more questions, I will end my live stream. So I'll stay here. I got 17 watching. I'll stay here for another 5 minutes. Hulk. And so since I have nothing to talk about, if you guys comment, I will read. Hulk says Mark experienced some racism trying to get into Cambodia with his ex-girlfriend Bo. Yeah, you're right. But you know what? If you're a Black American and you had your passport, Cambodia would not have a problem with you. He's black and he's got his passport from Kenya, and they probably never ever seen a Kenyan coming through their border, so they're like, "Hey, what the hell is going on here?" And he's with a Thai girlfriend, so they're really like, "Hey, what's going on here?" Maybe they're smuggling drugs or something. I don't know. So yeah, it's racism, but at the same time, if he had an American passport, he wouldn't have a problem. So, Chris Roadride Adventures. Marwa is cool. Was just shocked when he said Trump 2020. I was surprised too. Now, me, I'm not very political. I was in the military 20 years, and in the military you can vote, but when you're in the military, you're not allowed to have you're not allowed to publicly display political views. You get in trouble for that. So, I mean, if you're in uniform, you say, "Hey, you're in Trump's president," and you say, "I love Trump," you wouldn't get in trouble. But you're not allowed to really be political when you're in the military. So, I'm still not very political. Whoever the president was, he's the commander in chief of the military. So you always have to respect whoever it is, whether you like him or not. So I'm not too political. But when Marwa said Trump, Marwa does like Trump, and it surprised me. I thought he would take a different view, but yeah, he likes Trump. I have no problem with whoever the president is. But like I said, I'm not very political because I've actually never voted. So that's that. Am I going to Colombia anytime soon? Well, I'm going to eventually make a video why I stopped making YouTube videos, and some of my very close friends in Hawaii. I told them not to tell anybody, but yeah, hopefully later this year. I hope so. I think things might go well end of this year. What do I think of Marwa's Thailand girlfriend? No, I never met her. It's kind of. I think they met on Tinder. I think like a lot of times when you like the first girls he met in Thailand in patio, they were hookers. I guarantee. But his girlfriend he met, I don't think she was a hooker. But so I don't know her very well. So I can't really say much. I never talked to her. Never. I think she was probably had a lot of anxiety because like the first time I went to the island called Antigua, and I swear I was there for a while, and I was the only person that wasn't black. And I would go to bars and nightclubs. I went to a busy, packed nightclub in Antigua. There's probably 1,000 people in there, maybe 500, maybe 1,000. I don't know. It was very large. I was the only person there not black, and I just felt weird. I felt like I wasn't sure. I was like, are the girls gonna like me, or the guy's gonna be mad at me or something, or what's gonna happen? And nobody talked to me actually. It wasn't like, wow, where are you from? It was just like people from Antigua were cool and friendly, but no one really talked to me. They weren't like, hey, where are you from? No one really. So it was like people from Antigua were friendly, but it was like they didn't talk to me for some reason. I don't know. But I think his getting back to the subject of, I think she went there and she was the only person not black, and she maybe wasn't trusting Marwa to defend her. Like, you know, she's just a little Thai girl, and she's in these places with a lot of anxiety, and she probably needs someone to be like, "Hey, I got you. You know, I'm going to take care of you. Hey, that's my girl. Don't talk to her." She, I think, I think she ended up not trusting him to make sure she's going to get home okay. That's my opinion. So she probably didn't trust the fact that she's going to get home, and had this anxiety of being by herself. She wanted to, you know, if she was in Thailand, she probably would just, or Cambodia, she would probably just leave and go home. But she's stuck in Africa with Marwa, and not in control of her life, not in control of her situation, depending on someone. And she was probably she was anxious and wanted to leave. So is she crazy or not? I don't know. She's probably, like I said, had a lot of anxiety of being the only person not black and depending on Marwa to take care of her. Oak. Richard, what do you think of Michelle Aponte? Have you checked him out? No. No, you know, I used to watch a lot of travel YouTubers, but right now I just kind of watch my friends. Like, I watch Philly Dom because he's my close friend. Sometimes I give him advice and coaching. I tell him where he should go. Like, he's going to go to Haiti, and I told him definitely need to go back to Haiti, because we looked at his analytics of YouTube, and Philly Dom's YouTube channel blew up when he went to Haiti, because he's making videos that people are scared to do. And I was with Philly for like 5-6 weeks, and he has a lot of Haitian friends, and a lot of them are really scared to go back to Haiti. And it's just the weirdest thing. I think Ace Live his family's Haitian, but he's afraid to go to Haiti. A lot of these Haitian guys, you know, they're afraid to go back to Haiti. And Philly Dom, he's okay with making the videos there. So his YouTube channel blew up because he went to Haiti. So my recommendation to Philly Dom is go back to Haiti, make the videos, and that's what he's going to do. So I don't really watch. Maybe I got off topic again, but I haven't checked him out. I don't watch too many YouTube channels. I watch like tech videos. I watch sports. And I don't watch too many travel videos right now. I will when I decide to go travel. Someone I always wanted to get to travel again was Marshall Powell. He started traveling again, so check him out. Me and him might make a video together online. Me and Philly Dom will do that online. I would do it with Mar, but I think he's busy. I think he's really busy. All right, so 15 viewers. I went on an extra 10 minutes. If you guys keep popping questions, I'll keep talking. Otherwise, I will go sleep. He's in Egypt now, getting big. Egypt, man, I've never been to Egypt. I need to go to Egypt. My sister's been there. I've never been there. Rami travel. Oof. My memory's bad. I've watched Rami travel a lot, but I can't really remember much about him. Like, when I think of the current travel YouTubers I watch would be Marwa, Philly Dom, Marshall Powell. I watch some Ace Live. There's a bunch of guys in Dominican Republic. I just don't watch them anymore. There's so many of them. Let's see. I used to watch Gabriel travel a lot, but I haven't watched him in a while. My YouTube channel name came from a guy. His name is Walter's World. I couldn't think of a YouTube channel, so I came up Richard's World. So Walter's World. If you guys mention some other YouTuber names, I probably watch them or know them. Yeah, Bald and Bankrupt. Yep. See, Chris Worldwide knows. Yeah, Bald and Bankrupt. me, see, like me and Mara were wondering what camera does Bald and Bankrupt and Harold Bald were using. They use the little Sony XDR 3000, something like that, X. And so it was my recommendation to Mara to buy that camera, and he did, and he ended up buying more for his family. Yeah, Bald and Bankrupt. That was awesome when Bald, Bankrupt, Harold Balder, and some other guy. I think it's from the UK, right? Uh, all three of them were in Sinaloa, Mexico. That was pretty cool. What was weird is they were only together for like a week or something like that. I wish they stayed together longer. Yeah, so yeah, Harold. Yeah, I like those guys, Bald and Baker, Harold Balder. Those guys got so many subscribers that they don't have to make a video very often if they don't want to. And it seems like they kind of slowed down. David Lifestyle. Not sure who is. Well, yeah, like I said, Bald and Bankrupt's cool. Do I know Cheap Charlie? I've known his channel. Me and Marwa used to talk about it. He used to mention me in his videos, but then he kind of stopped doing that for some reason. I'm not sure why. So yeah, I don't watch him anymore. His channel was I think it was almost 300,000 subscribers, or maybe more now. I'm not sure, but yeah, his videos were just about the girls, and his channel almost got closed down because of all the violations, and so he kind of closed it, made a new channel, Cheap Charlie Chronicles or something, or Cheap Charlie Live or something like that. And yeah, I think for him to do better, he has to travel more. You know, you can't be in Ohio making daily videos nobody really wants to watch. I'm here in Sacramento. I've kind of been here for a while, so I think Sacramento's kind of boring. So I don't make too many videos here. So I know Cheap Charlie on the internet. I don't know him personally. Him and Marwa used to communicate a lot. I'm not sure. I think maybe they met each other in Thailand. I'm not sure. Don't understand why Sony made that camera white. Stands out too much. Yeah, you're right. I got it. It's white and it's kind of awkward shape, but it does a good job actually. I actually prefer GoPros, but that camera is pretty good. Kurt Katz is a good channel. He uses same action cam. I've watched his videos too. Like a lot of there's a lot of YouTubers I watch. I just can't think of their names right now. Like when you guys saw Harold Balder, yeah, I watched him. Bald and Bankrupt. I watched them. Sly's Life is Best. I like his Colombian series. Yeah. See that my memory's not doing really good right now. So sorry. There's a lot of YouTubers I watch. I just can't think of their names right now. But as far as the first travel YouTubers I watched was a guy named Walter's World, Gabriel Traveler. I tried to meet up with him a couple times. He just kind of ignored me because he would be like Washington, Oregon, California. But yeah, I think he's too busy to try to just meet up with somebody. And another person, yeah, it was him. Those two. There's a couple more travel. Oh, there's a guy, Hobo Traveler. You guys maybe saw him. I stopped watching his videos because he's kind of weird. But the guy, Hobo Traveler, he's been to over 100 countries, and but something that hurt his channel is on his channel he turned off the comments. So you watch a channel and you can't say, "Hey, that was a great video," or you can't watch his video and say, "Hey, that video sucks." So on his channel he turned off the comments, and because he probably got his butt hurt, you know. But it's just I don't want to talk about it too many people, but there's some other YouTubers they get their feelings hurt in the comments. Like you guys probably remember Marwa. People were really mean and racist to him, and he thought about quitting YouTube. And his subscribers were like, "Hey, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that." And he would talk to me about that too. And then we're like, "Hey, don't quit, don't quit." Screw these people leaving all these nasty comments. And he did that, and his channel is really successful and big now. And then you get, I don't want to talk about him, but there's another YouTuber I like. I think he let the comments get to him and he quit. He kind of quit YouTube because people were being bossy and leaving nasty comments. And if someone leaves me a nasty comment, I'll leave it on there. If they keep leaving 100 nasty comments, I'll block them. But I'll let people make some nasty comments. Like this Hulk guy, you left me some nasty comments, but maybe you're drunk or something. But I let you. I leave your comments on there. Okay. Now everyone is making videos in Colombia. That's right. I'm not sure. A lot of people were in Colombia and they getting famous in Colombia. So now it's like, which YouTuber in Colombia do you want to watch? It wasn't like, let's just watch, like you said, Sam Life Afar. You couldn't just watch me, Marwa, Sam, or Marshall. Now it's like probably hundreds of guys in Colombia that, hey, who do you want to watch? Do you want to watch Ace Live? Do you want to watch blah, 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 blah? It's too many. If you're a YouTuber, you want to stand out, you need to go somewhere where people aren't. So like Philly Dom, he's going to go back to Haiti. There's not many people in Haiti doing those things. Go to El Salvador. I think El Salvador, if you've been there before, you'll know it's probably the next thing. I think if you watch like Philly Dom, he's been to El Salvador many times, and he talks good of it. I've been there 3 times. I talk good of it. I think if you're a YouTuber, I would go to El Salvador. Go to Guyana. Go to places people don't go. Go to Paraguay, go to Bolivia or something. So Life Afar. Yeah, me and Marwa would watch his videos. We'd be a little jealous of how many subscribers he had. But Marwa passed him up. But I think, from what I understand, he was with the company and he quit the company or something, and he ended up deleting a lot of videos. And if you look at you go to the statistics of his channel, he has less than 1 million views, and the reason that is because he deleted a lot of videos. He's probably had like 10 million views, but he deleted so many videos that his view count is less than 1 million. Brazil. Brazil would be a good place to be a YouTuber. I can't think of too many YouTubers in Brazil. Waylo 60, who lives in China, is pretty good. Bias towards the U.S. I'm sorry, probably drunk, but yeah, Hulk. Hulk has been my subscriber for a long time. Sometimes he would leave me some nasty comments, but I've put up with you for a while. There's very few people I blocked. Like if someone leaves a nasty racist comment, I don't think you were never racist to me, but if someone leaves a nasty comment on all my videos, hey, I'm just gonna block you. I probably only blocked like 4 people, 5 people. Marlo's probably got hundreds that he blocked. All right, it's 2:46 p.m. What time is it where you guys are? I'll try to make a live stream once a week. I'm still trying to find a good time. I think tomorrow we're doing like a little poker here tomorrow, so I can't. So that's why I did it today. Sunday, I could do Sundays. If you guys think of a good time, to, tell me what time, what day, time you guys like live stream, and I'll stick to that once a week. VG says, I'd like to visit El Salvador, but Chicano and feel like I would fit in too well and might be targeted. Looking like a local isn't always a good thing. Sometimes it's good to look like a tourist. You're kind of right, actually, VG. Sometimes when you stick out, you're actually safer. Now this is coming from my friend Philly Dom. He said there are a lot of kidnappings in Haiti, but he said if you go there, I'm not white, I don't consider myself white. But if you go there as a white person or something, you wouldn't get kidnapped because they're afraid the police would be all over them or something. So you could ask Philly Dom that on his channel. Maybe we'll talk about that. Me and him, they'll do a live together. Also, I went to Cambodia a few times, and there's a city there with the big temples there, Angkor Wat. In that city, they actually have a law there, or rules, that if they do a crime against a tourist, the punishment is multiplied by 2. So if someone in that city robs a fellow Cambodian, maybe they get 1 year in jail. But if they rob a tourist, they would get 2 years. So that's one way they try to fight people doing crimes against tourists there. Anek, I used to watch your channel back in 2018, but never used to comment. Oh, thanks. Well, I never did many live streams. 2018, I actually kind of stopped. Like I said, I'm going to get into someday why I stopped. Chris Woodwide Adventures. I'm going to check your channel. I just can't do it with my phone right now. Trying to start my new YouTube. Editing is a struggle. Any tips? I'll check your channel out after this, but I can't do it on my phone. Like me and Marwa, we learned how to use Adobe Premiere Pro. He's kind of got like a fake copy. I used a fake copy, but sometimes it would give you problems, so I actually pay monthly now for the Adobe. It's like $21 a month. But I get 2 programs with that. I would just watch a lot of YouTube videos. You can get some free software like DaVinci Resolve. I practice that sometimes, and sometimes I don't. But just watch YouTube videos on how to do something. My friend Philly Dom, even though he has Adobe Premiere Pro, I try to teach him a little bit, but he wants to go back to using the free video maker in Windows. There's a free software in Windows that lets you make videos, and he's comfortable with doing that, and that's what he uses. And maybe someday he'll learn Adobe Premiere Pro. If you have Apple computers, I would use what's it, Final Cut X or Final Cut 10. Oh, you're from Florida, 547. I want to, hopefully this year I'll go to Miami. I like Florida. I was actually stationed in Pensacola for like 9 months, something like that. I was changing my jobs in the Navy. I went to the cryptologic technician class there. That was like 6 months. And I got in trouble there for drag racing, so I had to stay there another 3 months. That's another reason why I didn't get promoted too fast. Oh, you're in Jax. So you're also in Florida. I like Jacksonville. That's a big Navy town too, actually. I had a lot of friends stationed there in Jacksonville. If you're in Jacksonville, Florida, that I'm talking about. VG says, I didn't know that about Angkor Wat, that had that law. Yeah, it's very interesting. It's very safe there. I was with me and a Canadian guy. We met in Thailand, and I forgot how we met. I think we probably met in a bar in Thailand or something, in Patty or something. But we became friends on Facebook, and we always wanted to go to Cambodia, but we were scared. We were afraid of the rumors of getting kidnapped or something. So we met up one time. We went to Cambodia, and me and him, and we went to Angkor Wat. And he was like 6'4", white guy, Canadian, and we was walking. We got lost walking around the little village and stuff, and people would just stare at him, like people would literally just stop walking and stare at him, and we were scared. We were like, "What are they doing?" They would stop, look at him, and look at me too, and they would talk English, say hello, and we're like, hello, and then we'd walk a little bit more, and then people would stop what they're doing, look at him, say hello, and we'd say hello, and then it just kept going on and on and on and on and on, and people would stop what they're doing, look at him, say hello, and so it's kind of funny there in Angkor Wat. Most of my videos are uncut. Yeah, you're right. It's easier. I find out if I spend my time to do a lot of editing, sometimes my videos do better. But my original thought on YouTube was I said it before, is to show you what I see. So a lot of YouTubers, they would talk like I am right now, but they wouldn't show you. So I could be here talking about Colombia, but I didn't show you anything, did I? So my idea was, I'm going to show you what I see. So I'm pretty sure I'm the first person in Paraguay and Jamaica to show you. Some of my videos got deleted because YouTube deleted them because I was showing just girls or something. But I was pretty much the first person in Paraguay and Jamaica to sit there with a camera and just video everybody. I was just videoing the girls and stuff like that. Yeah, look it up yourself. I'm the first one to do that. And just my idea wasn't to be a YouTuber, really. It was to show you what I see. And I did that with Facebook before I was a YouTuber. I don't have a lot of Facebook friends, but on Facebook, I went to almost every country in the Caribbean, and I think I was just like showing off. I was showing off to my friends. I was like, not sure if my camera's gonna die. No, it's just blue. But when I first started traveling, I didn't make YouTube videos. I was just kind of showing off to my Facebook friends. I put pictures of all these places I went. I went to almost every country in the Caribbean except for Haiti and Anguilla. I went to all the other ones I went to. And I was just kind of showing off on Facebook. Hey, I didn't have Instagram. Maybe I should have had Instagram I could show off. But I was on Facebook showing off all these pictures of places I went to in the Caribbean, all these places I went to. And I regret not making YouTube videos. I didn't start making YouTube videos until I was in Medellin and Parque Jerez, and I was like, wow, look at this. I was amazed. Me and my friend were drinking in the park, and we were amazed by all these women in the park. So I took my camera out and started videoing, and I actually had Colombians tell me stop taking video. I had to be sneaky about it, kind of sneaky about it. But I think nowadays it's not so bad. You can take video in Colombia without people getting pissed off at you. But I think even now, it still happens sometimes in Colombia where people get pissed at you if you're taking video. But my thing of YouTube was to show you what I saw. It wasn't to tell you a story. Okay, so you're right. Tech and mechanics. I watched your video in Medellin having dinner with a Venezuelan girl who hated Maduro. I wonder how they feel getting forced out of their countries and forced to leave. That's something I still want to do. I want to meet Venezuelans and talk about that. I've met Venezuelans in a lot of countries like Curacao, Colombia. I met them. I was on the border city of Venezuela in Cucuta. I met Venezuelans in Suriname. I didn't see any in Guyana, but I've seen them in other places. And Venezuela. I've seen them in Peru. I might have seen some in Mexico and Dominican Republic too. But yeah, I really would like to meet a bunch of Venezuelans and make those stories. But yeah, I had to I tried to get that girl to travel with me. I've dated her for a while, but I tried to get her to travel with me, but she said she didn't have a passport, and I tried to get her a passport, but I don't know. She didn't want to get a passport. I don't know. Can't say much about that. All right. I will quit at exactly 3 o'clock. 3 more minutes. I have to quit sometime, right? It's almost 3 a.m. Jeff Carter, he's a good blogger, but he's fallen off the map. Why is some just disappear? I disappeared in 2018. Me and Mara were actually going back and forth. We're pretty much even, and I stopped being a YouTuber in March of 2018, and he kept on. So you see where he is. He's at 260,000 subscribers, and I stopped. If you look at Marshall Powell, I'm sure you guys remember him. He started YouTube after me and Marwa, and he just blew by us. He's telling these stories, interesting stories of his life in Colombia and all these personal stories, and he blew up past us. And if you look at him now, he's starting to YouTube again, but he's got just like a little under 18,000. But his video is doing really good right now. I think if he keeps it up, his channel's going to blow up again. I think if he keeps it up, he's going to blow right by me. If he maybe in 2-3 months he'll blow right by me. But yeah, some YouTubers just disappear. Sometimes they, like Marwa almost quit because people leaving nasty comments on him. Some other people almost did that. Like for me, I stopped in March 2018, and I tried to make a comeback a couple times, and nobody's watching my videos. So I was like, I'll probably do it again. I might disappear again if I don't get any views. It's kind of discouraging when you have over 30,000 subscribers and your video gets like 200 views. So it's kind of not great. Well, thanks, Chris Worldwide Adventures. I will do this once a week. I got 1 more minute. Thanks to everybody for watching. Sorry I haven't been around. I'm kind of a quiet person. If you get to ask my friends, I'll do some live streams with like Philly Dom. If Marlo's not busy, I'll do one with him. And if you get to know me, I don't really talk a lot. So I'm just, if I didn't get guys like you commenting, I wouldn't have nothing to talk about, and I would have ended my live stream a couple hours ago. But yeah, thanks, Chris and Tex Mechanics. Yeah, what days? Yeah, let me know right now. What day is a good day? If I do once a week live stream, what was a good day and time? Like, this is a really awkward time right now. I mean, I personally don't go to sleep till like 4 or 5 a.m. But when is a good time for you guys? You guys are in Florida. It's like 6 o'clock. You guys are watching me, which is kind of weird. So what was a good day and time for you guys? Fridays? Okay, I could do Fridays. Monday or Tuesdays? Friday, Monday, Tuesday. I mean, maybe I do twice a week. If I get a lot of views, I'll do twice a week. I was trying to figure out a way to do good mobile live streams, but like I wanted to do that lives in Las Vegas, but the quality from a phone sucks really bad, and I personally don't like low quality videos myself. But I think YouTubers with low quality and a good story is better than a YouTuber with high quality, no story, like myself. All right, so it's 3 o'clock. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hit like, subscribe. I'll make more videos. You can comment below what day and time you guys like, and I'll see you guys later. Bye. Let me unsubscribe. Friday. Okay. See you guys later. Bye.